NFL football, there's absolutely nothing better. Welcome back from the weekend. Hope you had a great time. It is Monday morning, and we are live and local and ready to kick some butt today as the jockeying of positions has taken on some type of epic proportions with endings of games nobody's ever seen before. This is the Carton Show. That's Cody Decker. This is New York Jet Hall of Famer, my main man, Nick Mangold.
Legend.
And let's get right into it with Monday morning headlines. Number one, the Dallas Cowboys clinched a playoff berth yesterday, but not because they did anything all that good yesterday. They blew a lead against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And right here, final play of the game, a pick six, as the Jaguars beat the Dallas Cowboys 40-34. And on the heels of a tough game, albeit a win against the Houston Texans, people in Dallas are now concerned, as they should be, about the next couple weeks for the Cowboys. Nick Mangold.
I am concerned a little bit. I think that that loss right there, I mean, it was a lucky pick. Like, he picked it off of his shoe. But still, I don't know. I think Dallas still has a good defense. I think they're still rolling strong.
They've given up a boatload of points to the Texans and the Jaguars back-to-back. Like 80 points.
So did Kansas City?
Yes, but Kansas City found a way to win.
They did. That's
Yes,
a good point.
right?
But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're trailing off. Maybe they're not. We'll see.
Well, the Cowboys are in as the 5 seed. They are 10-4, and they're not going to move out of the 5 position because the division is now a wrap because they lost and the Eagles won. Story number 2, last night's game, the Giants and the Commandos in Washington, and the New York Giants, who got screwed 2 weeks ago by bad officiating, are now on the receiving end of bad officiating right there. That is not called pass interference on 4th down. Darnay Holmes literally is in that man's back pocket, and the referees don't make a call, and the New York Giants win the game 20-12, and they are now all but locked into the postseason.
Shocking. Usually I am all for the commies getting screwed.
Yes.
But the commies getting screwed in this one sucks.
Why is that?
Look at he was molested.
To be fair,
he was
2 weeks
molested.
ago, as the Giants are driving for what would have been a game-winning field goal, the referees missed an obvious offsides, and they misspotted the ball by 3 yards. So, you know, it happened to them. Now it happens to Washington. Ain't nobody going to be crying about it.
So we're going with karma now.
We're going with karma. And as everybody knows, karma is a bitch.
I mean, it really is.
I mean, the worst call in that game was probably the call before that
Right
4th
before
down
it.
play with Terry McLaurin, which we'll show you in a little bit. Look, Washington got screwed. Wow. All right,
Even a
number
Giants
3.
fan.
All I can say to you is this. You have to see it to believe it.
Yes.
You just have to see it to believe it. Final play of the game, tie game. We're going into overtime, except we're not, because one flea flicker and then a backwards pass intercepted by Chandler Jones, who face plants Mac Jones.
Like tissue paper.
And the former Patriot takes it to the house. And your Vegas Raiders come from behind after blowing a lead.
Yes.
They blew a 14-point lead.
Like the Raiders
Then
do.
they came back from down 7. And this is arguably the, well, let's just call it the way it is, the dumbest play. And mind you, I'm a Jet fan, but the dumbest play in NFL history, erasing all of the incompetence that the Jets have experienced against the Patriots in one play.
You were wearing that Raiders shirt very proudly.
Very proudly this morning.
I mean, off of a fluke play.
You mean that victory that was sweet? This is the greatest ending to a football game I've ever witnessed in my life.
And I mean, your chest was pumped up.
I wore a
the Vader's
beanie
shield
and a
right
beanie
there.
on my head, everything about it. Listen, this doesn't make up for the tuck rule, but it's pretty damn good,
Listen,
man.
as Jet fans, we appreciate what happened yesterday because, you know, that was not Belichick-esque. And
No.
yet for us Jet fans who suffered a loss to the Lions, which we'll get to later today, watching that level of incompetence, yes.
Felt good.
Yes.
It felt
Did
good.
it not feel good?
It felt good. What are you doing? Like, why are you laddering the ball? It's a tie game.
Yeah,
Makes
3
no sense.
seconds left, by the way. They could have taken a knee. Mac Jones can't reach the end zone, which Belichick admitted to after the game. So they merely hand the ball off. He gains about 30 yards or so.
You hope for
and
something.
And then mayhem.
Yeah, it was the greatest thing I've watched.
Yeah, we're going to let you hear the play-by-play calls this as well, but just one more time, video only. All right, listen, nice game. All right, game comes to an end. We go to overtime. No.
Chandler Jones.
Yes. And that might be the best part.
It is.
When he face plants Mac Jones into the ground. And Mac Jones, I believe, after the game said, I should have made the tackle.
Making that tackle.
Made that tackle? That was like that video of the bowl we played last week with the grandma. That's
Yes,
how that was.
Exactly right. All right, headline number 4. It's funny how Cincinnati Bengals fans are. I didn't hear a peep from any of you at halftime. Not a single tweet, not a single online message. You guys were silent, deathly silent at halftime, rightfully so, because old man Brady in Tampa was up 17-3 at halftime. You got that late field goal, went into the locker room with a little momentum, and I don't know what the hell happened. I'm not gonna lie to you. In that second half, in 5 possessions, Tampa Bay turned the ball over 4 times. You are never going to win a game when that happens. And I will say this, give Cincinnati a lot of credit. If they're going to play like that, they're going to be very hard for anybody to beat, but also to be fair, nobody's turning the ball over 4 times in 5 possessions. That ain't happening.
But Cincinnati's pretty good.
You just going to start the week like that?
That's how we're
That's
rolling.
how-
Oh, yeah.
Start. Listen, Cincinnati's pretty good. And, of course, with the Ravens' loss to the Browns on Saturday, I'm here to say it. The Cincinnati Bengals are the 3 seed right now, and they are first place in their division with 3 games to go.
That beautiful
That's
city.
a pretty good football team when they play the way they played in the second half. In the first half, it like they'd never been on a football field before, just to be fair, no?
This is true, but then you also look at the Vikings, who had the same situation.
Yes. We'll get to that in a little bit. One of the biggest blown lead in the history of the NFL. And then your final headline, let's all be honest about it. Everybody was watching. You may not know a damn thing about soccer, but everybody was watching, half because people were concerned it was going to mess up the start of your favorite local NFL game. But it goes to a shootout. I know a lot of people have a problem with that. But Argentina does beat France. Messi gets his World Cup. Mbappe is clearly the best player in the world right now. And Cody picked Argentina at the beginning of the tournament. Did you not?
I did. Had a good tournament.
It's funny how you can't get American football right, but you can get international
I've
football
gotten
right.
American football right this season 19 out of 50 times.
Thus, you can't get it right. It's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's a staff. I'm just the mouthpiece for the staff.
Not
But
great.
yeah, it's pathetic.
I'm not great at math, but that's not good.
It's not good. It's
Actually,
pathetic.
I got a call over the weekend from the folks who run Fox Bet. They want your business. They said,
Trying to get you to sign up.
if Cody's got a pick, just have him bring it our way. No problem. Listen, that game was crazy. I had more people reaching out, I'm sure you guys did too, about, are you watching? Are you watching? Did you see that? It's so crazy, back and forth, back and forth. And then let's be honest, could it have gone any better? We have no rooting interest here. I don't think you guys really did, other than you obviously picking Argentina. It ended at 12:54. Perfect. Soccer, bathroom, couch, football kickoff. Let's go.
It was awesome.
Perfect.
Right?
Those of us holding France future, it kind of stunk a little bit. But
You were not holding a France.
You were
future.
not.
yes, I
Were
did.
you?
Oh, yeah.
You took France some jump?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, you probably could have hedged it. Did you hedge it?
No, I'm not that smart.
Right, see, that's why this works.
I'm like Cody.
If you use it, this works.
I'm like Cody. I'm just not that smart.
Wow, right out of the
Right out
gate.
the gate.
Right out of the gate.
Monday.
And by the way,
Yeah.
as
Well,
a lot,
you know what? I'm coming in firing hot.
As a lot of you are celebrating this week your company holiday parties, we bring you the video of a woman who had maybe one too many. She was involved in a gingerbread house competition, which a lot of kids do these days. So she figured, let me chug wine first and then, wine, house, goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mom.
That's her impersonation of Mbappe trying to head the ball into the net right there. Wine, house, goodbye.
Like it.
Yeah. Like, do you think that was impromptu? Or do you think she was thinking before she did it, I'm going to chug the wine, I'm going to headbutt the house, I'm going to go home?
If you've ever had experience with gingerbread houses, getting them to stand up
You can't.
is impossible.
Well,
So
you know the trick, right?
buy it already built.
No, there's a trick. Like the trick is kids, they would tell you to take cans of soup and put it on the inside to keep the walls up.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would have really hurt her.
Yeah.
That she didn't do that trick.
We got lots cooking. Giants last night took a major step forward towards the playoffs at the expense of the Commandos, but they're still in 2. We'll walk you through what happened last night. I get into all the big games and all the crazy endings right after this on FS1.
Pacifico is brewed for those who follow their own path. That's living life anchors up.
What do you mean the connecting rooms were not confirmed?
Exactly, not confirmed.
We need to be able to see our kids.
Oh, you'll be able to see them.
When you want your kids in a room that's actually connecting, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
Ugh, this rental car is so boring to drive.
Let's be honest. The rent-a-car industry is the definition of boring, and the reason can be found in the name itself. Rent a car? You don't want a friend. You want the friend. You don't want a job. You want the job. The is always over a. That's why we don't offer a car. We offer the car. 6th, rent the car.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of purchase, you can refinance with exclusive savings with Rate Drop Advantage. Don't miss these big savings. Visit inflationbuster.com.
We love our new home. There's so much space.
We have a guest room now.
But we have ants.
You're slouching again, Ted.
Expired. Expired. Expired.
Thanks, Aunt Bonnie.
It's a lot of house. I hope you can keep it clean.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save a lot of money.
Oh, Teddy, did you get my friend request?
I'll have to check.
Aunt Joni's here.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Hey, we got soul. Oh, yeah, we got soul.
With the most 5-star cruise reviews on TripAdvisor, your gorgeous vacation at sea awaits.
This is a Floyd bed frame. Timeless design, enduring materials, simple to assemble, the Floyd bed frame is perfectly designed for how you live today and in the future. See our entire family of furniture at floydhome.com.
These little cups would make great stocking stuffers. But how about right now in your mouth stuffers? Happy holidays to your mouth. Not sorry. Reese's.
Pacifico is a crisp golden lager, brewed for those who know. It's what's behind a label that matters.
Saturday on Fox, it's a special day of football featuring the biggest game of the year.
Let's go!
With the NFC East up for grabs, Jalen Hurts leads the Eagles.
He's been unstoppable.
Against Dak and the Cowboys.
Touchdown!
It's all part of a full slate of games. Saturday, the day before Christmas on Fox.
The greatest thing about Squawk Box is we get to talk to some of the brightest, some of the smartest, some of the most important people on the planet on a daily basis.
It's more entertaining than any other morning show, but you actually might get some useful information.
So if I had more money to invest, I would invest it.
This is really cool.
For me, Squawk Box is breakfast with the most interesting people in the world. You're the best thing in the morning. How's that?
It's a privilege to get to talk to them every day.
Squawk Box, weekday mornings, 6 Eastern, CNBC. So, with the added cost of piano lessons, Christmas gifts, the concert tickets, and I can still afford to get health insurance?
Yes. On the ACA Health Insurance Marketplace, you can find an affordable health plan.
There's no way it's that simple. How does this even work?
Just ask getcoveredillinois.gov. You can connect with local navigators for free enrollment help to get quality coverage. And you might even qualify for financial help.
Thank you. That was easier than I thought.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Open enrollment ends on January 15th.
All right, welcome back. It's the Carton Show. That's Nick Mangold, of course, Cody Decker. And listen, not the greatest game ever played last night, but a huge game when it came down to the NFC playoffs, New York and Washington. Now, remember, Washington's off a bye. They played each other 2 weeks ago. Game ended in a 20-all tie, which actually has been to both teams' benefit when you talk about the wild card spot. But I want to remind you, 2 weeks ago, as the Giants were coming down the field at the end of the game to try to get in position for a game-winning field goal, the referee screwed them. They misspotted the ball by about 3 yards on a James reception, and then on a blatant offsides on Washington, it was a non-call, tie game. New York, rightfully so, is ticked off. Fast forward to last night now, okay. Washington has a right to be ticked off. They are down 8, 20-12, third and goal. And I want to show you a play right here. Their best player is Terry McLaurin, wide receiver. He's going to be out wide to the right. You see him right there. He looks to the referee, as every wideout does, to make sure that they're on the line of scrimmage so that the right tackle or tight end is not unprotected. It's a weird NFL rule, but that's the deal, right? The referee gives him the thumbs up. McLaurin looks back again. Thumbs up, we're good. That referee has hand on the flag. As soon as Heineke snaps the ball, the flag comes out. Now, why is that important? Because as you watch this play unfold now, they score a touchdown. Now, they're still going to need a 2-point conversion to tie the game, but they get the touchdown. And McLaurin, after the game, without saying anything that's fine-worthy, walked people through why he's so ticked off. Listen to this.
I feel like I was on the ball the entire time. If you look through the game, I lined up there pretty much every play. So I checked to see if I was good the first time, and he was like move up a little bit. So when I moved up, I checked to see if I was good, and he said I was good. So I'm not trying to get fined. So we had our other opportunities before it to come down like that. That's tough.
Terry, did you hear him tell you that you were okay?
Yeah, I did. Like, that's why I'm giving him a thumbs up twice, to make sure I was good. But I mean, in that event, I guess I can't make it close for a judgment call. But like I said, I feel like I checked with him twice. So.
All right, so, I mean, it's a tough spot. I mean, you know how that goes. It's the only guy in the field where the referee tells you if you're in a position that's going to result in a flag or not, but it's accepted in the NFL where the wideout, to make sure that he's protected or unprotecting a tight end, is on the line of scrimmage where he has to be. If the referee says, move up a little bit, and you do, and you get the thumbs up, how in the world do you throw a flag on that? Like, what's McLaurin supposed to do?
Yeah, I just think that ref doesn't like him. Yeah. That's the thing. Like,
right?
So there's only so many yard lines, all the way across the field. So when you're out there and you're looking, you're like, all right, am I on the ball? Because you don't want to be offsides.
Right.
But then you also don't want to be off the ball behind the tight end. So you check with the ref. That's standard procedure.
And it's standard procedure that the ref tells you pre-snap
whether or not you're good.
Exactly. So none of that's untoward. That happens every game, every team.
Every play. Almost every play.
Right. So, but what's crazy about it, and there's other angles.
He was cocked ready to go.
Yeah.
He's like,
it's like a holster going to his gun. He's like, he said, gave him a thumbs up, and he went straight to the holster, ready to go.
Yeah, you're good.
It's like a Wild Wild West gunfight, right? Yeah, no, walk off 10 steps. That kind of thing. All right, so the touchdown, of course, doesn't count because of the alleged penalty there. And now we fast forward to fourth down. Giants still up 20-12, hanging on for dear life. And this is the play a lot of people are going to talk about. Curtis Samuel is the Commodores' wide receiver. Darnay Holmes is the defensive back. And look, I'm glad New York won, but that is a tough non-call. He is all over him the entire time in the end zone, and the refs just decided we're not going to decide the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting molested there. Right? I feel like that's probably getting charges in at least 35 out of 50 states. It's not good. Like that's pass interference.
Yeah. Now, here's the results. The Giants win the game. They're like now a 90% lock to make the playoffs. If they win any one out of the last 3 games, they are in. Washington, though, is still in. Barely, but still in. Detroit, of course, hanging around. But, it's weird. Like, you want to say, hey, New York got screwed 2 weeks ago. Washington gets screwed yesterday. That's the way it goes, right?
One of those led to a tie, the other one led to a win, and the tie actually benefited both of the teams, right, even until right now. But, listen, they got screwed last night pretty bad. It's 2 straight plays.
Yeah, that being said, they're still in the 7th spot. They control their own destiny, win out, and you're in the playoffs. So while last night's game stunk, they're still in a playoff spot, which brings us to Ron Rivera. What did Coach Rivera have to say about the officiating afterwards? I think you pretty much figured this out, but go ahead and play it.
Terry seemed pretty adamant. He had pointed his hand out to the ref. What was the explanation?
What did you guys see on the film?
Looked like Terry pointed his hand.
That's exactly what I thought, too. Thank you.
And I got to ask the Curtis one as well. The 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, again, in fact, don't ask me about the refereeing because I can't answer the question.
Because if he answers the question, he's going to have to write a check. God forbid you criticize something that everybody saw and understands. And by the way, one other highlight from that game, I'm just showing you because I like watching it. It's Saquon Barkley, who I do think is 100% healthy now. And it'll speak for itself. Just go ahead and show it, guys. It's Juke City. Woo! Oh, that hurts.
Breaking ankles.
See, as a center, you never experienced that, did you?
No, of course not.
Right. That's tough.
That's John Moran.
That's
right there.
open space and yikes. Oh, that hurts. It hurts to look at it, right?
To be fair, he didn't go down. So there's saving grace.
Does he, though? Come on, he gets down a little bit.
I mean, he dropped the booty, but I don't think he went all the way down.
No. His ass does not hit the ground. And I think that's the rule of
saving
demarcation
grace. That's
there,
where we're
right? And for the biggest play of the game, arguably, for the New York Giants, the defense was Kayvon Thibodeau, who has a strip sack, fumble, pickup, and touchdown right here. This is the Giants' first points and a little somersault into the end zone. Nice. The guy said he loves prime time. He said prime time loves him, and he lived up to it yesterday.
Exactly. I thought he was talking about Dion, but apparently the 8:20 time slot is more what he was talking about.
He was not talking about Dion, no. But that's a great play right there, right?
Oh, nasty.
It was beautiful. Like I think when you come off the edge and as an offensive lineman, I hate to see it, but you do have to appreciate some things that are beautiful.
All right, so let me update you now. We are in the NFC playoffs. Giants are 6, Washington 7, and Seattle and Detroit are both sitting there 7-7, essentially a half game behind Washington. Now here's the rub. Washington goes to San Francisco this week. Seattle on the outside looking in. They go to Kansas City this week. Kansas City, by the way, has clinched their 7th consecutive AFC West division. And then, I'm just going to put it out there because you need to hear it. Detroit, 7-7. They are at Carolina. We could wake up next week where Detroit is 8-7, Seattle is 7-8, and Washington is 7-1. And then what do we do?
I know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to have to be on this show next Monday apologizing profusely to Greg Jennings because not only did the Bengals win and put themselves in first place, but then it looks like the Lions are going to the playoffs.
Relax with that. We still got plenty of time for the Lions to be the Lions. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And if I have to apologize to my dear friend Greg Jennings, I won't. And I'll forget that he was ever on this show, and we'll bring another former Packer in, and we'll pretend.
Perfect.
We'll pretend like it never happened. Look, we got tons more football to do, but I got to squeeze NBA in here at some point so that you know that we actually watch NBA. So we're let's be honest. None of us
You say that with a straight face.
I couldn't. I tried.
Come on, you like Knicks.
Listen, the New York Knicks are the hottest team in basketball. They've won 7 straight games. But your boy Nikola Jokic, the Joker, last night did something only 2 of the guys have ever done. 40, 27, and 10. Only Elgin Baylor and Wilt Chamberlain, who did it 4 times, ever at 40+, 25+, and 10+. And he, again, might be the best player in the league.
Real possibility.
He's a freak. All right?
Absolute
Guys,
freak.
Not much basketball. Is there a camera over here?
The numbers say it.
No? Okay.
The numbers say it.
Number 2, Draymond Green, who does not have a contract pass this year, really misses Steph Curry. So much so that he passed the ball to Steph Curry's ghost. I don't know if you see that again.
Whoops.
Wait a minute. Where's Steph Curry? Where's Steph Curry?
Oh,
yeah, he's not there. He's not there. And Anthony Davis, who to his credit, despite being the most overrated player in NBA history,
Killing it this year.
has had a great month of basketball. Typical for his career. He's out now, hurt his foot or something, and he's out for a full month now. So a guy that has stepped up his game, despite the fact that the Lakers are still a clown show, he's now going to be out for a month, which basically is like what he does in his career, miss a lot of time.
Yes, he does, and I'm kind of used to it as a Laker fan at this point. And by the way, you said they're a clown show. They've been playing some decent basketball as of late. They're still below 500, but come on.
Yes, they're on the outside looking in.
And
when everybody makes the playoffs and you're on the outside looking in, you are what we call a clown show.
Okay.
Juggle.
Okay.
And now Anthony Davis is out for a month.
Yes.
All right, listen, there was also great football on Saturday, so we'll give you some of that, especially that game in Buffalo. And Detroit yesterday, as we just said, got themselves right back into the playoff picture with a big win against my Jets. Well, guess what? It's not Zach's fault. We'll explain right after this.
I've always wanted to do that.
Next round on me.
For the perfect present, the perfect place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their gifts. Right now, save $180 on the Weber Genesis 2.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
If you watch football on TV, you need Fubo TV. The most college football you can get without cable. Stream up to 4 games at once with Multiview. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Buying or selling a home can be one of the most stressful moments of your life. But it doesn't have to be. HomeLight is here to change that. HomeLight combines the best technology and agents onto one modern real estate platform. Join the millions of people who have used HomeLight to make buying and selling simple. It takes 2 minutes, and best of all, it's free. Buying and selling has never been more simple. Start today at HomeLight.com.
As a young man, my hair started to thin. I couldn't sleep, I was stressed about it, and there were a few options out there. Nutrafol is a drug-free, natural supplement that gave me my hair, my health, and my confidence back.
Get started at Nutrafol.com/man.
Create social media ads with Fiverr. You'll need your brand manager, copywriter, and Zena, a Fiverr freelance video editor that works with Fortune 500 companies who will join your team from home. Her home, not yours. Expand your team with a Fiverr freelancer.
Meet the bed. Super strong, stable, and incredibly quiet. Designed for any and all bedtime activities. Check in at Thuma.co.
Pain, swelling, stiffness. When your hands hurt, you can't function. Until now. Introducing the new CopperFit Hand Relief Compression Gloves. Now with even more compression and all new non-slip grip technology to give you more power, more control, and more agility when you need it most. Our most advanced copper-infused compression fabric woven into an ultra-lightweight breathable glove that fits like a second skin to support relief and recovery of sore muscles and painful joint stiffness. And all new non-slip grip technology built in for a solid, non-slip grip for more power and control.
I get this incredible grip with them, and it gives you the support you need so your hands are good to go. No other glove comes close.
Got the grip, the compression, all around just perfect. You will feel that difference.
Lightweight, breathable, wicking fabric. Copper infused to reduce odor. With an open finger design for more feel and control. Powerful relief from painful muscles and joints.
They relieve my pain. When I grab something, I'm not in pain. The support or whatever magic these things do, I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter to me what it is. It works.
I get a lot of pain, and it can make it difficult to do the smallest thing. While I'm wearing this, I do not have any pain. I can use it on the keyboard. I can use my phone. I drive with it. I love this glove.
The new CopperFit Hand Relief Compression Gloves with all new non-slip grip technology. Now with even more compression for relief from painful muscle and joint soreness in your hands, wrist, and fingers. Guaranteed or your money back. Get yours online now at handrelief.com for only $19.99 or call 1-800-371-2503. Order right now and your shipping is free.
I tried it, I use it, I know it works.
It takes away the pain so that I can just focus on life. I just feel good.
This has helped my hands so much. These things work.
CopperFit Hand Relief.
December 28th on Fox. It's holiday fun in prime time. Bo Nix leads an explosive Ducks offense. Unbelievable! Against Drake May and the Tar Heels. Wow! Oregon, North Carolina, the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl. December 28th on Fox.
All right, Christmas Day, Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
It's a holiday edition of the NFL on Fox as Aaron Rodgers and the Packers take on Tua and the free-falling Miami Dolphins. Although on my sheet it says the Dolphins won.
Yeah, they're doing great.
It could go either way. Anyway, it all starts at 12:30 Eastern on Fox, and of course the Fox Sports app. Welcome back. Good to have you on the Carton Show. It's Nick Mango, Jet Hall of Famer. What do they call it? Ring of Honor? What's the actual term?
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor. I'm in the Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
The Ring of Honor, which actually sounds better than the Hall of Fame, doesn't it? The Ring of Honor.
Hall of Fame sounds
Hall of
pretty
Fame
good.
sounds pretty
Yeah.
good. Yes. That's Cody Decker, and they want me to reference that Saturday night, Saturday throughout the entire day. There was a pretty good triple header of football, culminating in the snow game between the Bills and the Dolphins. That Buffalo wins 32-29. You know, one of the funny parts of this game was when the referees warned the Buffalo crowd, if there's any more snowballs thrown on the field, the Bills will have to endure a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct. And every Dolphin fan's like, oh, good. Start making some stuff, right? Like, how do you can't, penalize the team for that, right?
No, not at all. No. I mean, if there's snow in the stands, it's going to be thrown.
It's going to be thrown. Right, exactly right.
Have you ever been to a game, any sporting event where things were thrown on the field?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Yeah, so forget I lived in Philadelphia for 5 years.
Good point. Batteries probably left and right.
But the battery thing's a little overstated, but any movable object is ripe for the throwing. And here you see the snowball.
Oh, that's awesome.
Didn't Philly hit Santa with a snowball?
Yeah, so it's honestly 30 years ago. Future mayor of Philadelphia, Ed Rendell, was actually the culprit in throwing snowballs at Santa. And it got him elected to public office.
Really?
Yeah, it's a true story.
So Philly.
So that's like, what do you expect drunk Bills fans to do in 20-degree weather during a snowstorm? Not throw snowballs?
And then you tell them not to? That's the thing. Like, if you tell someone not to do something in that situation, they're gonna do it.
They're called the Bills Mafia, not the Bills all hang out, have a good time friends. They're gonna throw
you
things.
You don't just have the word mafia to it. It's offensive to the mafia, actually. It's just drunk football fans like, ooh, snow, me like, throw.
You live in Buffalo. You know those people are a lot more with it than that.
No, they're not.
Really?
And that's why I love them so much. Like, there's something to be said about the I'm not that bright, but I work my ass off kind of mentality. Like, I respect that. Like, it goes like this. There's snow. there's alcohol, there's the evolutionary ability to turn snow into projectile. What do you want me to do? I'm just a man.
Listen,
Right?
I would be right there with them.
Like, these are guys that jump on folding tables.
That is true.
Like, now you expect them not to throw snowballs at each
You're right.
other.
You make a very good point.
Anyhow, the Bills won that game and maintain their lead in the AFC. But the game they want me to talk about now is the game yesterday. Our Jets against the Detroit Lions, and another winnable game right down the tubes.
Very disappointing. And to get to the point that you have to try for a 58-yard field goal to win the game when it didn't need to be that way hurts.
Well, let's just get out to this in this game. The rhetoric today in New York and across the league is that, see, I told you, Zach Wilson's not a good quarterback. Just follow the bouncy ball here for 1 second. Zach Wilson led the Jets on a fourth-quarter drive that gave them the lead late, correct?
Correct.
The Jets' defense then gave up a horrendous touchdown to the Lions, correct?
Correct.
Let's just take a look at this video. You talk about a slow-footed, wide-open tight end that goes 50-plus yards against the vaunted Jets defense. Is that Zach Wilson's fault?
That is not. No.
Are you sure about that?
Double check the notes. No, not his fault.
All right. Then Zach Wilson, who already led the Jets on what could have been a game-winning touchdown drive, leads the Jets down the field again and puts them in field goal position, despite the fact that his head coach is mismanaging timeouts, correct?
There was a little mismanagement there.
Okay, so you've got coach time mismanagement, you've got a defense that let up an embarrassing touchdown, and you've got an embattled quarterback who led his team on a touchdown drive and puts them in field goal range to win the game. And yet, what's the rhetoric today? We want Mike White? Look, Zach Wilson's not great. I'm not saying he is. But let's point the finger at him when he deserves the finger to be pointed at him, no?
This is true. And I think the biggest thing for me was the fact that they didn't run the ball.
Yes. Till the second half, right?
Like, how do you, when you had Mike White in there, they were running the ball like no one's business. Now all of a sudden, like, we get Zach Wilson back and we're not running the ball anymore.
Yeah, and I want to show you this. 53 seconds left in the game, and you're going to see a play right here. Play it, guys, if you don't mind. Here's Zach Wilson finding Garrett Wilson at about the 50-yard line, 48-yard line, okay? Tick, tock. Oh, tick, tock. Oh. Now, the Jets have 1, 2, 3 timeouts. Yeah, let's take our time. I'm sure this will work out to our benefit. By the time they get that next play off, they wasted 22 seconds. Why is that important? Because when they finally got down to the last play of the game, they called the timeout with 1 second left. And oh, by the way, Cody, how many timeouts did they still have left?
1, I believe.
That is correct.
Yes.
So Robert Saleh needs to understand you can't take them with you.
They don't roll over.
They don't go to game 2, right? So let's hear Robert Saleh, who completely mismanaged this game in the final drive, had to say. Go ahead.
I'll look back at it. With 3 timeouts, feel like anything in bounds, obviously, you can be aggressive. You can still just trying to save as many timeouts as I can.
Why?
I can probably look back at it and say we could have used one.
Oh,
for
you
sure.
think?
But at the same time, when you have 3 timeouts, time's not an issue, whether you use one there or not. But yeah, I could always just, in hindsight, for me, call the timeout to settle the guys down. But no, that's okay. But as far as from a time standpoint, you still have plenty of time.
No, you don't. That's the whole point here. That you're lucky to get the timeout with 1 second left. If he calls the timeout after the pass to Garrett Wilson there, and it plays out the same exact way, and I recognize not everything goes the same way, you have the chance of getting another 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20, 30 yards, whatever it is, and you give Zerline a much better chance of kicking a field goal. He mismanaged the final minute of that game, and I hope, after looking at it last night, which I'm sure he did, and he has his press conference today, he will announce, if we're going to hold Zach Wilson accountable for bad quarterback play, I got to hold myself accountable for completely foobarring the final minute of that game. And it's a game the Jets had to have.
I agree with everything you just said, except one thing.
I was gonna say,
just one thing.
There's a but.
No, the but is this, and I think both of you would answer the exact same way. Would you have rather had Mike White out there?
No.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm sick of it. Like, everyone thinks that I respect what Mike White has done. I'm not taking anything away from him. But people like you, no disrespect,
of course,
talk about Mike White like he's the second coming of Tom Brady. It's crazy.
It is. I do think, however, there is a little bit of air to Mike White that the team kind of gets behind.
I agree 100%.
Which has nothing to do with timeouts and mismanagement of time and everything. But I will say that there's a little bit more excitement behind that, which it might be a real thing for the team. I don't know. But when you have the opportunity to take the timeout, you got to take the timeout because we needed that time.
You need it, and you can't take them home with you.
Right.
Like, you think Robert Saleh home goes, honey, guess what?
I got a timeout.
Hey,
You want to
look,
see it?
I brought a timeout home. Like, I bring cookies and cake from work home. Guess what? We got dessert. You can't bring it home.
There's cookie and cake?
Not here. It might be
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say,
Here, if I don't buy it, we ain't got it. By the way, I just want to check Twitter real quick. Joe Ciramarco says, hey guys, watching the show this morning, and I thought for a minute it was a Geico Caveman sports show. Nice to see Nick Mangold up early in the morning.
I appreciate that.
So there you go.
The caveman reference is
people are watching, and they like the way you look. That's all.
Oh, it's better the look than the mind, I guess.
Good point.
Right?
Did you just grunt?
He did.
Well,
By the
I
way,
mean, if we're doing it anyway,
let's do it.
Buy in fully.
Could you imagine the caveman version of this show after a Jet loss?
How's that any different?
That's right what we did.
We just did a whole segment of that.
But I know all day it's going to be, we want Mike White, Zach Wilson sucks. He threw a bad interception, which he did. But again, led them to the game-winning drive. It wasn't. Defense lets up a terrible drive for a touchdown. Gets them into field goal position. Coach mismanages the clock. And all the fingers are being pointed at one guy. He wasn't great, but he's not the reason they lost this game.
I agree he wasn't the reason he lost, but listen, could he have taken a McCourtian-type hit and get folded in half and stayed out there? Like the week before? No, I'm just saying Mike White is tough. His team gets behind him. The fans get behind him. How many New York Jet fans even like Zach Wilson at this point?
I think it's just me.
It's just who you gave up a touchdown to. It was a tight end.
No, I agree.
For 40 yards.
No, I agree. That should have
That's
happened.
not named Rob Gronkowski.
Not only did he run it, he burned
he
like
ran,
three
he
players
ran for like
while he was
35 yards.
I agree. It was terrible.
There's not one DB that can't catch him and
There
trip him up.
should be. I agree. What's wrong with your Jets?
So what? How is that Zach's fault?
I didn't say it was Zach's fault. I just said I
But
wanted
now you
Mike
want
White.
Mike White.
I always
Is he
wanted
going to
Mike
make the
White.
tackle?
It would be awesome if he did.
If I may.
Yeah, now we're just. Now we're going full caveman.
That's the play again right
Look
there.
at him.
Yeah.
How do you?
And he burned him.
He's untouched until the 3-yard.
God, that's like watching me run.
Yeah, and that's, by the way, that was a 4th-and-1 play right there.
He caught it on the 47-yard line. He ran for 47 yards.
You're right. And
Untouched.
And I agree. Zach Wilson has nothing to do with that. Couldn't agree more. I'm just saying I'd rather had Mike White out there.
Well, with that loss, let's take a look at the playoff picture real quick. And the Jets are on the outside looking in. So are the Lions, but the Lions have this little thing called Momo on their side. So Miami, even with their loss to Buffalo, they are 7. The Chargers, who beat Tennessee, solidify themselves as a playoff team. New England loses. The Jets, of course, lose. And there's Jacksonville kind of just hanging around. But the Jets are no longer guaranteed, win and get in. That's not on the table anymore for them. And they're in a complete free fall. And as much as there will be the rhetoric after the season of, look at all the strides we made, here's the reality. The Jets, talent-wise, are a playoff team. You're not going to tell me that they're not one of the top 7 teams in the AFC when you just break down their talent. You might have a coaching problem. You might. Now, Robert Saleh's safe. He's coming back. But when you are this close to the postseason and your coach mismanages the clock in the final minute of a home game that you have to have, I guarantee you people start asking the question, is he the right guy? He very well might be. But that was not a good look for the coach.
It was not a good look for the coach, but I also have to, at the same time, look at the injury bug that the Jets have dealt with. their offensive line has just been destroyed.
And they were terrible yesterday. You're right. They couldn't run the ball at all. Really.
So when you look at that, I mean, you had your 3 different starting quarterbacks this year. Like, that's not on the coach. Like, that's
right.
Now, again, he messed up timeouts.
Yep.
So that is what it is. But I think for this team, with as much talent as it has, they've had to deal with the injury bug, and they're still where they're at. So I got a little positivity. I'm not all Mike White over here making tackles.
To be fair, every team deals with injuries, but I mean, I hear what you're saying. That defense,
they're on their 4th right tackle.
But that defense, as good as they are, you know, that's where you need the defense to be that good and make a stand, which they didn't do. And yeah, the right tackle position has been a train wreck. They're on their, like I said, 4th right tackle, but no one's going to cry for you.
No, they're not.
No, nor should they.
And they're still in the hunt. So I think there needs to be a little bit more credit given, that instead of just being like, hands up, we're done. Like,
well, let's take a look at the remaining schedule for the New York Jets. I can make an argument they win all 3. I can make an argument they lose all 3. Jaguars with that great comeback yesterday against the Cowboys, one of the hottest teams in the AFC right now. And while they're not going to make the playoffs, they're mathematically alive for it. So that game means something to them. Seattle, they're on the outside looking in. They're desperate for wins to get in as the 7th seed in the NFC, having already lost the division now to San Francisco. And you have Miami. And Miami on the outside looking in, but a team that, you know, listen, if it gets down to that game, who knows? You roll the dice and say, you know, maybe we get in as the 7th seed. But I can make an argument they lose all 3. I can make the same argument they win all 3. You just don't know. I will tell you this. I think Zach Wilson's probably going to play Thursday night against Jacksonville merely because they're going to have a single practice this week because it's a short week. I doubt they hit in this practice. You know better than me.
No, they're not. It won't even be a practice. It's a walkthrough.
Got it. And if the medical community said no to Mike White because he has multiple rib fractures and they won't allow him to get hit, is that going to be any better 4 days from yesterday, 3 days from today?
No.
He's not playing.
No.
So Zach Wilson, again, is going to be your starting quarterback, right? Most likely.
I think so.
I think that's kind of obvious.
And do I think they're going to beat the Jaguars? Yes, I do. Because I'm a positive fan. That's right.
Really?
I don't think we have a chance.
Wait a second. When did you become Mr. Positivity?
Lawrence is playing pretty good.
Yeah.
Something's wrong here.
I mean, Jacksonville puts up 30 burgers now like it's nothing. I'm scared.
They've come back from like 17 down like 3 times this year. They're scary.
Yeah, they come back as much time as the Raiders blow double-digit.
They do.
But I want to thank you because the Raiders did something that the Jets couldn't do. Found a way to beat Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. And that was not the only great comeback. We saw NFL history on Saturday night. And another reason why Jeff Saturday has ruined it for every former player who wants to be a head coach. Sorry, Nick. Right after this on FS1.
There's satisfaction in sacrifice, in spilling blood, sweat, and beers. Because giving it all for your team is worth every drop. Modelo, brewed for fans with the fighting spirit.
Buying a house is complicated and confusing, especially now.
But it doesn't have to be.
That's why who you work with matters.
Together with HomeLight, we find solutions for every buyer.
Whether you're looking to make an all-cash offer, find the right loan, or negotiate with confidence,
Our team helps you get the home you love every time.
a home is something special.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. Watch multiple games at once with Multiview. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who scans this QR code. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Scan the QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and ask about the Bosley Guarantee.
Fox tonight, a Leg Ho-Ho special.
Ho, ho, ho!
With one celebrity paired with a Lego master.
I'm giddy.
Over 3 Bricktastic nights. Who slays the competition?
Special delivery!
The Lego Masters Celebrity Holiday Bricktacular starts tonight on Fox.
Hey, hey, we got soul. Oh, yeah, we got soul.
With the most 5-star cruise reviews on TripAdvisor, your gorgeous vacation at sea awaits.
So, are you going to Amy's wedding?
I don't have the money.
Yeah, you do.
Who are you?
I'm you, from the future. And I just got paid.
And I'm Dave. I can get you up to $500 of your future money now.
Up to $500 instantly?
Instantly.
That's amazing. Oh, who's he?
Oh, this is Paolo. We met at the reception. Hi.
Hola. Hello. Paulo.
That's me.
Download Dave and get up to $500 instantly.
Complete your holiday wish list with a free limited edition bracelet when you shop Pandora Jewelry.
There's satisfaction in sacrifice, in spilling blood, sweat, and beers. Because giving it all for your team is worth every drop. Modelo, brewed for fans with the fighting spirit.
Sounds like you hate it.
You hate Christmas, Kurt? No, I just hate some Christmas
Hey,
movies.
we're back. It's Monday morning. Monday morning. Good to have you here on the Carton Show. That's Big Mike Gold. And, of course, the guy who hates Christmas. That's
certain movies. I love Christmas as a whole. It's great. It's a blast.
What Christmas movie do you not like?
A Christmas Story. I think it's the worst thing
You
ever
were talking
made.
about it last week.
I was talking about it because it exists, not because I love it.
Oh, that's a classic.
It's a horrible,
great movie.
Horrible movie.
How's that a
dare
horrible
you?
Unwatchable.
You're a heathen.
Unwatchable?
I'm a heathen.
Yes, how dare you put down the greatest Christmas movie not called Die Hard.
You have never seen A Christmas Story.
No, I haven't.
Question, the greatest is Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation
That's a
there
classic.
too.
I'm right
I
there.
still have Die Hard in as a Christmas movie.
Agreed, it is
in the
the greatest.
Nakatomi Plaza. Anyway,
Trading Places is great.
Trading Places, another great
Christmas
Christmas movie. I agree. Any guy that shoves an entire thing of smoked salmon down a Christmas
That's a Christmas movie.
All right, listen. Saturday, there were some great games that our staff totally mispicked as well as the games they mispicked on Sunday. But how about that Viking Colt game, right? A 33-0 whitewash. The Colts. Minnesota now takes themselves out of any kind of run towards a better seed. And then all of a sudden, the second half happened, and it was like watching a slow car wreck that you can't stop from happening, and it happened. Play by play by play, possession. Colts forget how to tackle. Minnesota all of a sudden couldn't miss a single pass, a single route, and from being down 33-0, they come back and win the game 39-36. And America's like, what just happened? It was awesome, though, wasn't it?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And like watching that game from the start of it, where the Colts are getting every opportunity. They get the block punt. They had the defensive touchdown. They're just rolling. And then, like you said, the car wreck. And I'm in Matt Ryan's head. Like, he's sitting on 28-3.
Right.
That's been here before.
And now he's staring down 33-0, and it's just slowly ticking away.
And you would think at some point he would say to Jeff Saturday, I've been here before in the Super Bowl.
Let's not do this.
Can we just hand the ball off, please? But they didn't. And it was almost like, I don't know, as you watch games, sometimes you play like, mental mathematics, and you start trying to figure out, well, if they do this, if they do that, we get within 15, that's 2 scores, a full quarter, that's not that big a deal. And it's like, as I was watching the game, I was just processing math. Right, okay, 33-7, 14, 18, 20. And all of a sudden, you're like, this could happen. And it did. And it was one for the ages. And I love it because Jeff Saturday.
No, we're not dancing on that grave yet. Not yet.
By the way, there's graves on top of graves.
Yes.
On top of graves for Jeff Saturday. And all he did was ruin it for you. That's all he did. Because you might fancy yourself, when your kids are older and out of the house, a potential NFL head coach. And now you can't. Because you're going to go in for the interview, and Woody Johnson's going to say, I love you, Nick. You're in the ring. But have you seen what Jeff Saturday did?
I was so excited, too, when this started out, when they were rolling. It was like Saturday on a Saturday. Like, this is beautiful. Like, it's perfect. Right. It writes itself. And then,
All right. The other big game, of course, was Bills-Dolphins. And Josh Allen threw for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, led the team with 77 yards, and maybe the most impressive run of the day was about 1.5 yards when he went full-on Superman over the pile, crossed the goal line before the ball got knocked out. And listen, when the snow came in late in that game and started covering the field, and the Bills and Dolphins are kind of going back and forth, that was a very fun game to watch.
It was great, and I love the lead up to it that the Dolphins weren't going to be able to play in the cold.
Which is crazy.
Which is dumb because all these guys have been in college and they've played in different weather and everything. But the lead up, so then to have that game and to have it come down to the field goal, I think was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it was a short field goal to win it, and it was, again, one of those games like you're watching that from a Dolphin perspective and you're saying to yourself, all right, Tyreek Hill, touchdown. Waddle, touchdown. All right, we're going to win this game, and if you win this game, you solidify yourself as a playoff team. And now, I'm not sure if you guys have the Dolphin schedule, but now you're Miami, and you're saying to yourself, all right, listen, we're on the outside looking in. This would be a total disaster if we don't make the playoffs, considering the great start we had, right? Mm-hmm. So Green Bay, of course, plays tonight. We'll get to that later on. New England, that's a playoff game. And, of course, the last game of the week, one of those 2 teams, if not both, are most likely going to be alive for that 7th spot. That's a playoff game. They could lose all 3. They could win all 3. I don't know how you predict what they do the rest of the way. I love it. Screw them.
But I think it will come down to that Week 18. The Jets and Dolphins of who gets in. I think because like you said, you could win all 3, you could lose all 3, but I think between those 2 teams, it's going to come down to Week 18.
And remember, from a Jet-Dolphin perspective, the Jets just have to stay within a game of them if it is for the last spot. Mm-hmm. If New England falls off, Chargers are locked in at 6, let's say. If the Jets and Dolphins are playing for the last spot, because the Jets beat them earlier this year when the Dolphins had their 3rd-string quarterback, like week 3, 4, 5, whatever it was, all the Jets have to do is stay within a game of Miami, and then if you beat Miami, you get in because you got the tiebreaker because you would have taken the season series.
Right, which I think, that goes to Tua getting hurt and then having to go against the backup. The Jets get that win there. It's going to be a fun last 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, they're all playoff games. If you're 6, 7, 8, 9, the final 3 weeks all amount to playoff games. And then the other game on Saturday, I'll bring it to you. We're not going to talk too much about it. The Browns beat the Ravens 13-3. It was as ugly as that sounds.
Very.
And the only result that matters now is that the Ravens have given up first place in the AFC North. The Bengals now own that, because the Bengals, of course, came back yesterday in the second half and destroyed Tampa. But the Ravens had first place. Now they're out of first place with that loss. They're now a game behind Cincinnati.
Man.
So those are your up-to-date standings right there.
So the Bengals are good?
All right.
You should really maybe say something to Cincinnati.
Well, no. First off, no. Hey, home team. So it's funny how all of a sudden, after the amazing second half that the Bengals had, all of a sudden my Twitter account blew up yesterday with every living Bengals fan calling me every name in the book and gloating. Bengal fans, you deserve to gloat. That was as good a half of football as you're going to have all year long. But where were you at halftime? I wasn't a douche. I didn't come out at halftime and start questioning where the Bengal fans were. I didn't mock you for being down 17-3. I waited. I kept my mouth shut. Thank God.
How hard was it for you to keep your mouth shut?
You know, it's funny. I started, right, now that I messed out. I started writing a tweet only because I was trying to find where they all were. It's like Bengal fans went into hiding at halftime. And then, boy, that second half, I've never seen a beatdown like that. And there was a stat they put out during the game that in Tom Brady's career, in games in which and it's somewhat convoluted, but in games in which he had a 17-point lead or more at home, he had never lost. It was like 90-0. 90-0. And not only did they lose yesterday, they got embarrassed in that second half. And if you woke up and didn't watch how the game unfolded, you'd have just said, oh, all right, Cincinnati's a better team. They must have just beaten them from jump. It was crazy, the two halves.
It was night and day. It was two different football games.
Yeah.
What did you feel about it?
But then I think you look at Tampa Bay and you just got to think, like, they're not good.
No, but here's the craziest thing about it.
They have Tom Brady, but they're just not
good. In the
good.
first half, it looked like they were figuring it out, right? Mike Evans is open. Fournette was running the ball pretty well. Tom had protection that looked like, right? But here's the reality, because none of that's true, because the way they looked in the second half was atrocious. 4 turnovers in 5 possessions. They're still in first place.
Wow.
Like, no joke, because Carolina lost yesterday. They are still in first place. Tampa is going to host a playoff game in a month. That's real.
It is.
You figure that out. That's real right now. At 6-8, 3-1 in the division, they are going to host a playoff game. And once you do that, even though we all know they're a broken team and they're not very good, who knows?
Who knows?
Right?
Right. Tom Brady in the playoffs. Like, everyone always points like, hey, we just need to get Tom in the playoffs, and like, we'll see where it goes. But even still, I mean, they're not
No,
good.
they're not a well-coached team. They're not a very good team. Defensively, what Cincinnati did to them is embarrassing. But look, right there, they are the 4 seed. That means they are hosting a playoff game in Tampa. That's real. You know, it's shocking, but it's real. Like, they are most likely, unless they win out, not going to be over 500, and they're going to host the playoff game.
Do you think there's any one of those bottom 11 to 13 teams that might sneak in, kind of take him?
No.
They're all equally horrible.
I don't. I think they all suck. To be honest, I think you're talking about the tallest dwarf in the circus when you're talking about that entire division. I don't care who wins that division, they're one and done.
Yeah.
They're one and done. Little people, is that? Yeah? No, dwarf's acceptable. I checked.
Is it on Wizard of Oz?
It's the M word you can't say.
Okay.
Can't use M, but I did check over the weekend. Dwarf is acceptable.
I mean, if you're talking
Amongst
about
the
planets.
dwarf,
Who did you check with?
What happened?
Who did you check with?
With a dwarf. What do you mean? Who else you check?
I thought that we don't know any little people.
Yes, I do.
Who?
Oh, you.
That was a hanging curve. Woo!
You just gave that to me on a platter, buddy.
Oh, my God.
No, I did call the Dactyl, which is the dwarf ACLU. And I'm just saying. Yeah. That's you know what I'm talking about. Get in on this.
Yeah.
No, I'm sick. I'm not touching with the 10-foot pole here.
Let's all sit around.
No. You guys.
Wizard of Oz.
You guys eat each
Come
other
on,
up.
let's have some marshmallows.
I'll stay here. I'll stay here and hold down the fort.
Your thoughts on dwarves? Dude, I'll tell you a funny story real quick. Super Bowl in Miami.
Yes.
All right, one of the Super Bowls in Miami back in like 2008, 9, 10, whatever it was, okay?
It was raining.
No, maybe that one, yeah. Anyway, so I'm doing a radio show down in Miami, and I'm friendly with Jim Kelly, former Bills quarterback.
Of course.
And he tells me that he and his brothers who always traveled with him to Super Bowls, are going to be at an Irish pub somewhere in Miami. I should stop by and have a drink. Great. Why wouldn't I, right? So it's like happy hour. I go into a bar, Irish pub, great setting, and I hear commotion. And in the back of the bar behind it, there's like an outside kind of like garden area, alcove area, and there's got to be 500 people there. And all you hear is, like that, all right? And it's Jim Kelly's brothers. They got a dwarf in a Velcro suit, and they're throwing
Onto what?
onto
A Velcro wall?
Onto a target.
This was a fun show. now that it's canceled.
And I come in and Jim's like, you want to
throw him?
Oh, God. I passed on it.
Do you
yeah.
regret that decision?
I wish I had. I wish I had, because it's one thing to tell people you've seen it. It's another thing to be able to tell your kids you did it.
Well, we get a Velcro wall and you could throw me up there, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm short.
Now we're talking.
There we go.
Be careful what you say on this show.
This is happening now.
I will have Velcro there in about 48 hours. Yes, yes. Anyway, I'm not sure where we were, but it seems like we were talking football at some point.
Yes, we were.
I don't know. But now we have to take a quick break. When we return from this break, it's all about the Raiders and the Patriots and the single worst play that you're not going to be able to get enough of right here on FS1. Wait for it. It's awesome.
I've always wanted to do that.
Next round on me.
Complete your holiday wish list with a free limited edition bracelet when you shop Pandora Jewelry.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Tyson boneless buffalo bites and hot wings have that tasty kick of flavor, so they're perfect for any get-together. If there are any left when your guests arrive. Tyson Anytizers Chicken. More kicks of flavor, more smiling snackers, more to love. Tyson.
If you watch football on TV, you need Fubo TV. The most college football you can get without cable. Stream up to 4 games at once with Multiview. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Your vehicle takes a beating from the environment. And who has time to wash every week? Keep your vehicle looking better than new with Cerakote Rapid Ceramic Paint Sealant, a breakthrough in ceramic technology. Now you can seal and protect your paint with unbelievable gloss and shine in less than 30 minutes. It's the #1 bestseller on Amazon. Look at the difference with Cerakote's true hydrophobic ceramic technology. Everything just slides right off. The level of gloss and slickness is unbelievable. Simply spray it on and lightly buff it with the included microfiber towels. Everything's included. That's it.
Cerakote's one of the most exciting products I've ever used. I've been in the detailing business for almost 4 decades. I've used hundreds and hundreds of different types of polishes. It's incredibly easy to apply. I can't give it a higher endorsement.
Guaranteed to be the glossiest, slickest, and easiest to apply paint sealant you have ever used. Get professional gloss, shine, and protection for your vehicle with Cerakote's Rapid Ceramic Paint Sealant today. It's Amazon's #1 hottest bestseller in paint sealants.
Anyone who's ever sold a home can tell you it is really hard, and it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. That's why who you work with matters. Together with Homelight, we take care of every detail, from staging to showing to negotiating to closing. We've helped thousands of people sell faster and for the best price. It's a win-win.
Oh yeah, we need these, no? You know what we do need?
Nacho fries, topped with everything.
We absolutely needed these.
Introducing Taco Bell's new 7-layer nacho fries. 'Tis the season for a showdown in Miami as the Packers take on the Dolphins. It all kicks off Christmas Day at 12:30 Eastern on Fox.
Here we go, y'all.
We're going ice skating.
You got it, Chuck. Come on, come on.
Hurry in to Macy's last-minute gift sale now for up to 60% off, plus an extra 20% off great gifts they'll adore. It's time to spend your Macy's money and pick up a gift card. Now at Macy's.
An experienced QPC eater knows you should never let the ketchup that falls from the hot and juicy burger go to waste.
It's Santa. We got a problem.
Ho, ho, ho!
After years and years and years of watching the New England Patriots dominate the New York Jets and the majority of the NFL, yesterday was a payback for all of us. That's Nick Mango, that's Cody Decker. Let's just get right to it. You have a tie game between the Raiders and the New England Patriots. The Patriots, of course, still trying to get into the playoffs in the AFC. The Raiders playing the role of spoiler, essentially. Tie game, 3 seconds left, and what happens? Oh, I don't know. Only the single dumbest and at the same time most amazing play in the history of the NFL. Let's hear how it sounded and looked with my main man, Kenny Albert, right here on Fox. Go.
Mac Hollins out on defense. He's all the way back.
Oh, good run.
Stevenson.
Is anyone going to...
Inside the 30, flips it back. Stanford band nowhere in sight. It's picked up. Oh, no. Unbelievable. Oh, wow. Incredible. Chandler Jones takes it in and wins the game for the Raiders.
You're basking in this.
It feels
but it's not,
so good. Well,
I love seeing. No,
it feels good for different reasons. He's a Raiders fan.
Right.
Me and you, it feels good because screw Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Right.
The Raiders didn't do anything.
I
that.
don't
That was just
care.
New England being
That's
stupid.
not true. Chandler Jones caught that amazing pass, and then he killed Mac Jones on the way to the.
Yeah, the real question is, why was Chandler Jones hanging out back there and not trying to make a tackle?
He was covering his man, Mac Jones, just in case the pass came.
All right, so that's the objective professional call from a Fox broadcaster, Kenny Albert. But there also are Homer calls, Raiders call, Patriots call. I say we hear the Raider call first, yes?
Yeah. Deal.
Because that's going to be an uplifting one.
Yeah, exciting.
And I can't wait to rub it into the noses of you Patriot fans who have owned me for the last 20 years. So let's go now to Raider Radio. How did it sound?
Broader Ramondre Stevenson breaks out of a tackle at the 50, has the 45, breaks away from another tackle, pitches it backwards, and now Jacoby Myers spinning around. He throws it to Chandler Jones in midfield. Forward. Chandler Jones racing towards the end zone. He scores! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
I can't believe what I just saw.
Again!
I can't believe what I just saw. This is unbelievable. Wow.
On the first night of Hanukkah, it's a miracle in Las Vegas.
That's the call of the lifetime. That calls for all of our Jewish friends right now.
It's the Festival of Lights.
That's got to be the first time a Hanukkah drop ever made it into an NFL broadcast.
Oh, and it couldn't have been at a better time. My Raiders, thank you for everything this has been. By the way, the best part of the call was actually when he couldn't even talk. He just audibly making, ah, ah.
Nah, I think dropping the Hanukkah reference.
It is great, though. First night of Hanukkah, a Hanukkah miracle.
I'm not even sure I get the reference, but I like it. I like it. All right, and then, of course, is going to be the New England Patriot call. And you can only imagine how this one's going to go, but for the sake of being fair here,
got to see both sides. Both sides.
Got to hear both sides, right?
Right, yes.
So play the Patriot call. Go ahead.
Stevenson, he's trying to run. He runs it up the middle, hit by Chandler. Jones slips, and across the 45 with a stiff arm. Off the tackle at the 40. He lost the football. And Jacoby Myers picks it up. He circles back and he throws it across the field. Oh my God. He's picked up by Chandler Jones. He breaks away to the 30. He runs to the 20. He runs to the 10. He runs to the end zone.
That's the best stiff arm right there.
Touchdown! Raiders!
Good night. This might be one of the dumbest teams I've ever seen.
Did we record that off someone's car radio, by the way? It was like one of our producers driving around town going, I think I'm going to record that right now. Anyway, it ends at Scott Zolak at the end going, this is the dumbest team I've ever seen.
It was the oh my God. It's you know when you do something wrong, like you're like getting into an accident, you're like, oh my God. He sounded like he was about to hit a car.
Awesome. And Bill Belichick on the sideline having to watch out, again, for our purposes, not so much yours. Awesome. Having to answer the questions after the game. Awesome. And if the Patriots don't make the playoffs because of now what we know as the single dumbest play in the history of the NFL, I'm just so glad that that's on the Bill Belichick resume. It erases the butt fumble. It erases 50 years of Jet frustration all in one dumb play right there. And you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of A Few Good Men. Because those players apparently went against what Colonel Jessup wanted on the sideline of that game, right? Why the two orders, Colonel? Why the two orders? If people follow orders or men die, why the two orders? Why was Santiago in grave danger? I said danger, you said grave danger. I can have it read back to you by the court reporter if you'd like. Those are guys that don't respect their head coach, and I love it. Screw you, Patriots.
Is there any other type of danger? It shocks me that a Bill Belichick coached team would do something so stupid.
Right, the quote-unquote situational football, which I'm sure he drills into guys' heads.
In every day, and you obviously you're running that play. 3 seconds left in the ball game. You're running a play. Hopefully, maybe it breaks free. You get a touchdown, but you're not giving up a knee where you're just saying, "Hey, listen, we're playing for the tie." Like, uncle, you're doing something.
Right.
But to throw the ball back.
And by that's not coached, obviously. That was more instinct than anything. And,
but the instinct
never should have happened.
It shouldn't be there. Like that, if in the Bill Belichick system, that instinct shouldn't be there.
Well, I'll tell you one guy that you have to respect. We talk a lot about guys taking ownership of bad decisions. That was the whole thing with Zach Wilson earlier this year when he was asked after a lousy game against the Patriots, do you owe your defense an apology? He said no, while chewing gum like a 9-year-old. Jacoby Myers, to this man's credit, stood up in front of the reporters with tears in his eyes and handled it really well. Let's watch this.
Trying to do too much, trying to be a hero, I guess you could call it. Time. I didn't see the dude back there try throwing the ball. Like I said, I was just doing too much, you know what I'm saying? So it just went down the ball.
Jacoby, I'm assuming you knew the score was tied at that point, and was there any communication?
No, that was just me. That was me.
There was no communication in the huddle, though?
I promise you, that was just me trying to make a play.
Jacoby, what was the last message there in the huddle? Was it just, hey, we're just going to take a shot here and then play for overtime?
So just run the ball, go down, go to overtime, yeah. And I got the ball. I tried to make a play.
Look, I mean, I get it, and I respect that guy for standing up there and handling those questions. That's a lot harder than what a lot of people think, but I love that guy. He can play for my team any day because he's never going to make that mistake again. But just watching it on the Bill Belichick watch, I mean, the entire NFL world is celebrating what is now the most embarrassing play in the history of the NFL when it comes to a regular season game that mattered. And here's the other side story. It took away from a great game from Ramondre Stevenson, who damn near rushed for 200 yards yesterday, but all anybody's going to remember is his stupid flip to Jacoby, who then threw the ball right into the hands of Chandler Jones.
It's like the Bill Buckner thing. He's remembered for missing the ball between his legs. He was a 2-time MVP. No one talks about it.
Was he an MVP?
Yes, he was.
I'm going to have to fact check you on that. What'd you guys just say to me? Bill Belichick still crying? Yeah? Good. He can't cry enough.
That interview was a guy that knew that he was about to get chewed out like no one's business.
Yeah, I wonder, though, like, you know Belichick better than I do because he's no longer my friend, but I would think that Like, Bill Belichick's not going to tear that guy a new one. He knows he messed up. Or do you think he still tears him a new one?
I mean, I don't know Bill, but I assume, from what I know of the Patriot way,
Right.
like, he's going to get tore a new one.
Yeah. All right, well, let's hear Bill Belichick had to say after the game. I'm sure this is Mr. Personality. Go ahead.
The final play, situationally, how do you weigh what was called as opposed to taking a shot at the end zone?
Taking a shot at the end zone.
Yeah, like a Hail Mary, 55 yards
Couldn't
away,
throw
get
that
it as
far.
deep as you could.
Yeah, couldn't throw it that far.
Hold on. Mac Jones can't throw the ball 55 yards?
What?
That's what he just said.
His mouth didn't move.
Yeah. He gave, like, can you put that back up and just, still shot the start of that press conference? Just real quick to see Bill Belichick. That's like when you go, you take out the garbage. And your wife goes, excuse me?
Did you say to me?
You walk the dog.
Wow.
Excuse me?
Did you say to me?
What'd you talk about, Willis? Excuse me? That's great.
what'd you
I
say?
love it. He's so ticked off right there. And he knows by NFL rule, he has to have that press conference. That's the last thing that a man wants to do. I'm going to try to control myself here, but the Jets lost a tough game to the Lions. And I wasn't even upset. I'm not even upset about it because we're not the laughing stock of the NFL today. The New England Patriots are the laughing stock of the NFL today, and I love it. Which brings us real quick. Where's New England stand right now when it comes to the playoffs? Throw that bad boy up on the screen. Oh, are they not in the top 7? No. Wow. Chargers go to 6. Do you guys have New England schedule? By chance, real quick, just to show you what they got. It ain't easy, I can tell you that much. New England now out of the playoffs at 8. They've got the Bengals,
Yikes.
everyone's favorite team right now, flavor of the month.
Which you love. You
Sure.
love the Bengals now.
They've got the Miami Dolphins, playoff game. And then the Bills. Now, the only question about that last game is that it is very likely that Week 18 game for the Bills represents win, home field advantage, first-round bye, because they are still battling Kansas City for that. That ain't easy at all.
No. That's a murderer's row. They're done.
Not good.
I think New England's done.
I think they're done.
I know if you know what bothers me now? All these shows now, they did it last night too. It's like, let's talk about percentages and analytics and like it's mind-boggling, right? You have a 32% chance. No. Win, you get in. Like it's so confusing now when they start talking about all these. It is, I'm confused. Like, who cares what the percentage is? If my team wins, they get in. And guess what? They have a 50-50 chance of winning this week. That's never changed. Anyway, New England's on the outside.
50-50.
I don't know. Listen, I'm really good at math, but all I know is that each week my team's got a 50-50 chance of winning. And that's it. Much like the lottery, you have the same exact chance of having numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as any other combination of numbers. 50-50. You guys understand that?
I get it. I'm following you.
I'm gone. I'm out on this one because they don't have a 50-50 chance versus
I'm going
the
to
Bengals.
teach a math class online.
They don't have a 50-50 chance versus the Bengals.
No, but they do. Because they're either going to win or they're going to lose.
Yeah.
That's it. You have a 50-50 chance.
They could tie.
Good point.
Oh man, he just threw a grenade at your mathematics.
You're fired. All right, that's it. New England's on the outside looking in. And what you guys want me to go to on that? There's something. Oh, Chargers. Yeah, listen, I told you on Friday the Chargers weren't going to lose another game this year. And so far I'm 1 for 1 on that. They beat the Titans. Not the greatest game ever played, but with the win. Can we show the one Justin Herbert pass? Justin Herbert threw a pass in this game. Right here. No, that's not it. Rolling to his right. About 35 yards down the field. Watch this. That is a frozen rope.
Nice.
Like, honestly, there aren't 5 quarterbacks in the league today that are making that throw. Again, not a great game, low-scoring game, but it doesn't matter. The Chargers right now are in the playoffs, and they have gotten healthier. They've got their wide receivers on the field. The quarterback, Herbert, is no longer nursing any injuries. And all of a sudden, when you talk about a team that's kind of putting it together at the right time, The Chargers are a problem.
They are, and I love Herbert, and I think as they get healthy going into the last 3 weeks, it's going to be a big problem for the AFC. But I'm also a little concerned about Tennessee. Why are they falling off so bad?
You're asking me?
I'm asking you.
I'm an expert.
Yeah. It's the Carton Show.
Yes.
Your name is right there.
Because Tannehill's not a very good quarterback. I mean, that's always been the answer to 10. That's always been the deal. And I think we're watching the end of Mike Vrabel's run there. I think for whatever reason.
Really?
Yeah, and I like Vrabel a lot. He'll get another job like that. I think sometimes you get to a point where they just stop listening. And I think we're getting pretty close to that spot right now with the Tennessee Titans. They're not a very good team. They're kind of like Tampa. They're going to win their division by default, and they're going to be an early exit unless they play in some kind of monsoon and Derrick Henry rediscovers the fountain of youth, because they are not a very good team right now. Coming up, another team that you know full well is going to sign OBJ today to try to distract their fan base and certain TV hosts from the reality that they're not winning a Super Bowl again this year. Right after this, it's the Cowboys.
Complete your holiday wish list with a free limited edition bracelet when you shop Pandora Jewelry.
If you're loud, be louder. If you stand out, stand strong. And if you got the devil on your shoulder, take him for a ride.
An experienced QPC eater knows you should never let the ketchup that falls from the hot and juicy burger go to waste.
When you prefer dream vacation over a rental nightmare, it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. Watch multiple games at once with Multiview. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Since using Chime, this is what we do full-time now, is renovate RVs.
To help build our credit, we use Chime's Secured Credit Builder card.
By making everyday purchases with on-time payments. I Chime because building our future has never been easier.
Create amazing work with Fiverr. All you need is your team and a talented freelancer who will lend a hand and seamlessly join your team from just about anywhere. Expand your team with a Fiverr freelancer.
When the details take precedence, the rest falls perfectly into place. We strip away everything but the essential. And what we're left with are thoughtful bedrooms for modern living. Thuma.
The first time you connected your website and your store was also the first time you realized...
Well, we can do anything. Cheesecake cookies?
The Chookie!
Manage all your sales from one place with a partner that always puts you first. GoDaddy. Tools and support for every small business first.
You ready for it?
Here we go.
Mornings OG. It's Skip Drip Bayless.
I am a living legend.
He came to play Shannon Shay Shaw.
Get off my property.
Who was the greatest debater of all time. Always right, never wrong, undisputed.
We've been friends for so long, and I guess what I'm trying to say is I love... You didn't use Credible.com for your personal loan, and now you're getting nonstop spam calls.
Yeah.
It's either credible or it's not.
Credible.com.
When a car wreck throws your whole life out of whack, get the legal help you need when you need it the most. And that time is right now. We're your 24/7 injury attorneys.
Lerner & Rowe are the lawyers for you. Call 222-2222.
Now handling hair straightener uterine cancer kit.
Oh, that's normal. Wow.
This holiday season, lease a new 2023 Sportage LX for $279 a month.
A car wreck can be one of the worst times of your life. Injuries, car repairs, and now the insurance company doesn't want to pay?
Lerner & Rowe has the experience and proven results to take you from wreck to check.
Lerner & Rowe are the lawyers for you. Call 222-2222.
Or go home.
All right, Saturday, which is Christmas Eve, it's a special day of football on Fox featuring the biggest game of the year. Oh, sorry. No, it's not. But it's a huge game, and since you're all going to be housebound, you're going to watch it because we tell you to watch it. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles and Jalen Hurts, who I told you were going to struggle against Chicago, but you know, listen, in any event, they win that game. They're the best team in football. And there you go. Eagles, Cowboys, Saturday, Christmas Eve, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on Fox and the Fox Sports app. You know, when we make mistakes on this show, we have to acknowledge it. So today's daily, we call them the Ryan Awards, goes to Cody Decker.
Yes.
Cody, go ahead and
I was
make
wrong.
up for the terrible mistake you made that I didn't want to embarrass you on, but you know, you are here because you're our baseball guy, and you made a terrible mistake when it comes to baseball. Go ahead.
Yes, unforgivable. Bill Buckner was not an MVP. He was a batting title champion a couple of times.
Well, you said he was an MVP twice.
Yes, I was wrong. I was batting title. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Bill Buckner had a very good career that he's remembered for one thing.
It's okay. When we're wrong, we take it.
And I was wrong. And I apologize to not only you, the lit watchers, but also Bill Buckner himself.
He's dead.
He is?
Yes.
I apologize to the estate of Bill Buckner. And
I mean, he just made fun of a dead man. That's
what?
I mean, really, that's the direction.
I apologize. I'm a fan.
You're a fan of a dead guy.
So we got little people on the list. We have dead people.
I'm a fan of a lot of dead people.
Are you?
Yes, of course.
Save it
Musicians.
for, your podcast. All right, so anyway, today's Ryan Award goes to Cody. Hopefully it's the only award we have to give out. Listen, yesterday, Dallas Cowboys had a shot. If the Eagles game went a different way, they could have been a game out, playing, as we just said, Saturday afternoon against the Philadelphia Eagles. But no, sir. They blew a lead against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Dak Prescott at the end of the game, this one's not on Dak. He gets the statistical credit for the interception, which sucks for him. But watch his final play of the game. Dallas driving to maybe win the game. The pass was low. The pass gets knocked up. And that guy returns it to the house. Game over. Thanks for coming. Dallas loses.
That guy. Yeah, I mean, that's what I have a hard time with the interception stat line, because some are on the quarterback and some aren't. And that one's not on him, but it was a great interception.
It was.
That was nice. And he returned it to the house, and the Dallas Cowboys lose. And while I think they're pretty much locked in at 5, you could make the argument, I suppose, that if they lose out, which they're not going to, so it's silly to me, but you know, they're in the playoffs. That's all you know. The Dallas Cowboys are playing football in the postseason. That's locked up. Number 2, the Dallas Cowboys cannot and will not win the NFC East. That's locked up. So now the only question becomes, who do they play? Where do they play? And if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, have you lost all faith in this team now to make a run? And it seems like the DNA of this particular Dallas Cowboy team, led by Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard and CeeDee Lamb, is that they fold like a cheap suit late in the year, and they're one and done in the postseason. And right now, they seem to be living up to that.
Until you kind of hope, and I don't know how it's all going to shake out, that they get to play Tampa in the playoffs.
Yes, and right now they would.
And that would be a godsend. Because then it's like, now we're not going to be one and done because Tampa's not doing it.
Well, except remember, Tampa beat them earlier this year, and Tampa would probably say to themselves, we ain't afraid of the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys will implode and do something stupid and hurt themselves. Like, the Dallas Cowboys right now have to overcome that DNA. Like, the book on Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, they have a single playoff win. One. Only one, right? So at some point, with all that talent you've amassed, with all those regular season wins, at some point you have to win playoff games and advance. And the way they played against the Jaguars, which was supposed to be this amazing Cowboy defense, I mean, they gave up, 40 points? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's not good. When you
That's
want to be
awesome analysis.
when you want to be a good defense, giving up points to the Jacksonville Jaguars is tough. Although I think that they are surging, and I think Trevor Lawrence is doing a much better job. It's a bad look when you're giving up points to Jacksonville. However, I still think they're a good defense, and I still think it's a good team. And I think if they get the chance to play the NFC South winner, whoever that might be, who is going to be under 500.
Yeah, no, it's going to be.
They're going to win
I'd be
that playoff
shocked if it's not Tampa. And you're right. I mean, you got to go on the road, but you probably have the easiest first-round matchup for a team that's got to play a division winner.
Right.
Right. Like you don't want to play the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota.
No.
Obviously, right? So when you start taking stock of who they're going to play, assuming Dallas wins, 2 of the last 3 games and locks in that number 5 spot, all good. I agree with you. But I don't trust the Dallas Cowboys right now, and I think there's no doubt that they sign OBJ this week to distract people from what happened and to try to help out. Now, the offense wasn't even the problem. No. They scored 34 points in yesterday's game and still lost.
Is it still a concern, though? Because Dak, since coming back, has thrown 10 interceptions. When is this going to end?
It's not.
So,
why would you think it would, right?
I wouldn't.
I'm with you on that.
So I'm worried.
Put up the playoff picture one more time if you can. And that's just another random Dak Prescott interception.
Yeah, 1 of the 10. He's been back.
It's like that's what he does. Like, even though the last one's not his fault, that's what he does. Look, so Dallas is sitting there at 5. I know they're only a game up right now, but there are 2 games in the win column over the Giants. I don't see them dropping out of 5. I'd be hard-pressed for somebody to make a good argument that the Dallas Cowboys drop to 6 or 7. Philly would get the bye. You'd have, the way it's set up right now, Minnesota would play Washington, San Francisco would play the Giants, and the Cowboys would play Tampa, and that's the easiest wild card game of all of them.
By far.
Right?
So they have a good path into it.
Yes, but then they'd have to play the Eagles. Most likely. Again, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but you can't trust the Dallas Cowboys at all right now. I'll tell you a team you can trust, even though it was not easy, it wasn't easy. Patrick Mahomes had a day yesterday. I think at one point he completed 19 consecutive passes. Like, you guys are laughing. No joke.
It was.
You guys, Troy, check the stats on that.
He was 36 of 41.
I didn't ask that.
Oh.
How many
Dynamite drop it, Troy.
He was 36 of 41, which is stupid.
Yeah.
But how many consecutive passes did he complete?
I don't know for sure, but I think it was 18 or 19. Yeah.
All right, so you might want to look that up.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
He doesn't know for sure.
No, Craig. He thinks it. It's gold.
Yeah, well, he thinks it, so it's good. That's all. Anyhow, show some highlights from this game because it's amazing how the Houston Texans in back-to-back weeks, did what they did in losing efforts, right? Mm-hmm. To the Dallas Cowboys and to Kansas City. But you guys can talk all you want about Joe Burrow. You can talk all you want about Justin Herbert. You can talk all you want about Tua. You can talk all you want about Mike White. That's the best player. Did I say Mike White?
Yeah, right up there.
Right, well, you Jet fans are driving me crazy with Mike White. That's the best player in football right there. Pat Mahomes.
You're in.
That is the best player in football.
Is there any player ever that you can remember that does things weekly that he does? Just every day it's a new thing that no one's ever done before.
Now, as we're all on the Patrick Mahomes bandwagon.
Yes.
Didn't they go to overtime with the Houston Texans?
Yes, they did.
So,
and they won after they got a fumble, and then McKinnon one play later. Touchdown.
So the all-world quarterback who's doing amazing things went to overtime with the Houston Texans.
Yeah, he doesn't play defense, though. Just so you know, I know
he thinks Mike White plays defense.
Yes,
so
that's true. Now listen, he's the best player in football. Kansas, to me.
But if you're the best player in football, aren't you blowing the Texans out because you're scoring 1,000 points?
I mean, he pretty much did.
They tied. They went to overtime.
Yeah, but not because it was like 10-10 in overtime. That's the best player in football. Who are you arguing with? Who do you have if not Pat Mahomes?
Well, I'm not arguing that point. I'm arguing right now that he tied the Houston Texans.
Well, he did.
To overtime.
That's not an argument. That's just a fact of what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's if you're the best quarterback of, we're making him the best thing ever. You're tying the Houston Texans.
Hey, show me the McKinnon touchdown to win it, as these guys argue something silly right now about him playing defense. This is the game winner right here to the house. And Kansas City has now won their 7th consecutive AFC West title, which, by the way, if you take the NHL, Major League Baseball, the NFL, and the NBA, they have the longest consecutive division title streak out of all 4 of North America's biggest sports.
And it's never going to end. They're going to do it every single year, no matter what anyone else in that division does.
Yeah, I should say active streak.
Yeah.
Obviously, the New England Patriots probably double that over the course of their great run. It's the longest active streak of all sports in North America, including pickleball.
Wow, including the great pickleball.
Including the great pickleball.
Tom Brady just bought a team.
That's
That
exactly
team's start a dynasty soon.
All right, Eagles and Bears. I told you every day last week. I begged you to listen.
Yes.
That it was a trap game. They came off the big win against the Giants. They have the Cowboys on Saturday. And if not for Jalen Hurts, being Jalen Hurts, the Chicago Bears were going to steal this W. I want to show you one particular play, though. And I want you to break this down for us here, if you don't mind, Nick Mangold. It's safety blitz again from the Bears. Eagles have the ball. And the guy comes up, I don't know, one of the gaps, A gap, B gap, Z gap, whatever you call it. And Jalen Hurts just reads it, runs up the other gap. The Red Sea spreads. Oh, my God. Yeah, and there's nobody within 15 yards of that guy. Now, I like the other angle better. I'm going to show it to you again, but I want you guys to stop it or pause it. Stop. The guy, can you back it up? Can we rewind it?
Yeah, let's just.
It's okay. Listen. Back it up. All right, right there. The safety is going to come up from Jalen Hurts' right. To me, this has to be a play that he does on his own, right? This isn't a called play in the huddle, right?
No. I think, you're 5 wide here, so that safety coming up, he knows that he can't block him.
Right.
And by doing that, they're all man on the outside. There's nobody in the middle.
And the reason I show that to you is because for all the people that still don't want to believe that Jalen Hurts is the guy, if I'm right that he's making that decision on his own when he sees the safety coming blitz, that's a guy full command of an NFL offense, because I think that's calling his own number. And, again, he could have run 3 miles.
Yeah, he was wide open. That's a great play. And that's something I think that when you're in that offense, you know where everyone's supposed to be, and you know where teams are going against you, and you get that look and it comes down, take it. Why not?
Now, you might as well, absolutely. He spreaded the Red Sea, as he once said.
Yeah, well, it's Hanukkah. I want to come back to the Hanukkah, You spread the Red Sea.
You part the Red Sea. You don't spread the Red Sea. You spread
like
jam
a smear?
on toast.
A smear?
Yeah, it's not a smear. It's
smear?
not. We're not making bagels.
We're getting technical now.
Parting and Happy Hanukkah.
Huh?
The Ryan Award.
Moses spreaded the Red Sea.
He did not spread
He spreaded it.
No, he definitely did not spread the Red Sea.
In the Torah I read, he did. Yeah.
What website did you read that Torah?
TorahForDummies.com. It said that Moses spread the Red Sea.
Oh.
Yeah, a little to the left.
A little to the left, a little to the right. We just spread it. Push one to the one side, the other over here.
Now, there are those people who believe he was very fortunate. It was just low tide.
Oh, yeah.
That is a theory out there that he decided to walk across the sea at low tide.
Enough of these
but again,
flat earthers.
I'm just putting it out there. It's a conspiracy.
The moon just lined up perfectly.
Coming up next, the Cincinnati Bengals played a tale of 2 cities yesterday. First half, second half. And we'll go through it and why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have killed the great Tom Brady. Plus, mid-show headlines right after this. See you.
Pacifico is brewed for those who follow their own path. That's living life acres up.
Easy credit building, early payday, fee-free overdrafts.
Thank you.
It's banking the way it should be. Chime, the #1 most loved banking app. Meet the bed. Super strong, stable, and incredibly quiet. Designed for any and all bedtime activities. Check in at Fuma.co.
Hi, Phil Swift here. This is Flex Super Glue. Now you can fix your coffee cup or that pitcher of iced tea. It can mend a ceramic plate or your jewelry box, see? You can repair your pocketbook or your child's favorite toy. Replace the knob on that dresser drawer or stick those numbers by the front door. And what's truly amazing, our Flex Super Glue is so strong that just one drop, one single drop, virtually welds itself to the surface. Check it out! That one single drop of Flex Super Glue can easily lift over 3 tons. Forget those old super glues. Get the new Flex Super Glue. Because it works.
This is a Floyd bed frame. Timeless design, enduring materials, simple to assemble, the Floyd bed frame is perfectly designed for how you live today and in the future. See our entire family of furniture at floydhome.com.
We got soul, oh yeah, we got soul.
With the most 5-star cruise reviews on TripAdvisor, your gorgeous vacation at sea awaits.
Hi, Phil Swift here. Before winter storms hit, get prepared with the Flex Seal family of products. A deep freeze can cause pipes to crack, but Flex Tape can easily patch those busted pipes. And when snow and ice thaw, it can leave behind even more damage. But Flex Paste can fill large cracks to seal out water. Flex Glue your old snow boots so they can make it through another season. Use on RVs and campers to help seal cracks and prepare for winter. Now you can make fast repairs even in the coldest temperatures. Stop cold drafts and insulate your home by sealing up windows and doors. Heavy ice and snow can cause major damage. But with the Flex Seal family of products, it's easy to make quick repairs, even in the toughest conditions. When winter's at its worst, Flex Seal's at its best. Make the Flex Seal family part of your winter storm kit. Flex Seal, because it works.
Complete your holiday wish list with a free limited edition bracelet when you shop Pandora Jewelry.
Pacifico is a crisp golden lager, brewed for those who know. It's what's behind a label that matters.
Saturday on Fox, it's a special day of football featuring the biggest game of the year. With the NFC East up for grabs, Jalen Hurts leads the Eagles.
He's been unstoppable.
Against Dak and the Cowboys.
Touchdown!
It's all part of a full slate of games. Saturday, the day before Christmas on Fox.
Negative.
All right, welcome back. It is now time for mid-show headlines. That's Nick Mangold. That's Cody Decker. And happy holidays to you. You may see the new decor in the background. Red and green for Christmas.
Yes.
You're allowed to say Christmas on this show.
Sure.
And let's get into the holiday.
I love Santa. I love Santa. I hate A Christmas Story.
Listen,
very separate
you can't offend everybody on every show. All right?
We can try.
We're working on it.
You can certainly try. That's true. All right, headline number one. The Dallas Cowboys clinch a playoff berth yesterday, despite losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars on this pick six. to, well, it ended the game right there. Jaguars come all the way back. The Dallas Cowboys are going to be playing postseason football, but they are licking their wounds right now. Back-to-back tough games. Of course, they beat the Texans on the 98-yard drive after the goal line stand. People questioned, was that a good thing for Dallas? Showed that they could drive when they had to. Showed that their defense could make a big play in a big spot. And then they come right back the following week with as bad a performance as you could imagine defensively.
Yeah, I don't know. Dallas backing into the playoffs, like coming off a loss and be like, hey, we made the playoffs, just has a stink to it. It's like a tie.
But I think it's what every Cowboy fan is worried about. We talked about earlier in the show. The DNA of the Cowboys lately has been that. You know, you stack up a bunch of regular season wins, and then as the playoffs come around, what's wrong with the Dallas Cowboys? And it seems like we're going in that very same direction. I know it's only 2 weeks, but it's 2 weeks in which the Cowboys were still mathematically alive for a showdown on Saturday to win the division. And they've thrown that into the garbage.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier their defense. This team's built around their defense. They gave up a 40-burger to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, even if you take that last touchdown off because they didn't let it up, it's still 30-plus points they gave up. All right, headline number 2. The game that all of America is talking about today, the Vegas Raiders beat the New England Patriots on the final play of the game. What the Patriots are thinking, nobody knows. Come on, Jacoby, throw it. Here we go.
Oh, bye, Mac Jones.
That's Chandler Jones of the Vegas Raiders, who face-planted Mac Jones with right there, bang. Listen, you give Mac Jones credit, he tried to Roethlisberger him, basically, Chandler, and you got to love it for Chandler Jones because he used to be a Patriot.
Full circle there. I do like that Jacoby Jones got smoked right after he threw the pass backwards.
Yes, he did.
So, you know, insult to injury. And the fact that New England Patriots did a stupid play makes me so happy on a Monday morning.
It's amazing.
Yes, for a man who spent his entire career with the New York Jets and how to deal with the reality, although you have a big win in the playoffs against New England, they own the Jets for the majority of your career in my fandom. So watching them take it on the chin like that, watching Bill Belichick struggle through a post-game press conference is like whipped cream on top of the sundae. It don't get any better than that. And most of America agrees with me on this, which is why this will be the most viral single play of this NFL season, and it will not even be close.
Yes.
Headline number 3. I have to admit it, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. After an embarrassing first half, the Cincinnati Bengals were down 17-3 at halftime. Do the math. That means they were down 14 points. They went on to win 34-23. That is a 25-point turnaround, and it was disgusting. That second half of football that Tampa put out there was an embarrassment to the league, and Tom Brady should be ashamed of himself. A couple fumbles, some bad interceptions, and they had 4 turnovers in 5 possessions, and to the Bengals' credit, they took advantage of every single one.
Bengals are good.
The Bengals are good.
They are. They are good. Hard-hitting coverage right here on FS1.
I don't know why.
I never said the Bengals weren't good. I never said they weren't good. I just said it's a 2-horse race and they're horse number 3. That's all I ever said.
They're pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good.
Pretty good team.
What's with the high voices all of a sudden?
No, I'm just saying. Just get a little bit higher. Pretty good team there in Cincinnati. Not too shabby. Pretty good.
The following 30 seconds will be exclusive to Nick Mangold and Cody Decker on how great the Bengals are. Go ahead.
No, they're just, they're not bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead. They're pretty good team.
They're winning games.
They're winning games. First place team.
Yeah.
Have you heard? Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, not too shabby.
Yeah,
not too shabby.
Bad. What a great second half.
4 touchdowns?
Oh, yeah, way better than that Tom. Yo, Tom is Tom and Joe is Joe. Did you know that?
Joe's
Okay.
pretty good.
How'd that go?
Great. It was the best second we had. Through the roof.
You got it out of your system? You feel good?
Yeah, I feel all right.
I'll say it on this show.
I kind of want to keep going with it.
Bengals pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty good. Not bad. Pretty good. The Cincinnati Bengals, I will acknowledge, not bad. Pretty good.
There we go. That's
Victory. That being said, They are still the third best team in the AFC behind the Bills and the Chiefs, and that's all I ever said. Not even arguably, but the greatest sports moment of the weekend, maybe even the year, was this amazing finale to the World Cup. Stop bitching about the fact that it ended in penalty kicks. That is the final kick of the tournament. The game winner from Montiel. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But you saw greatness at hand from both Argentina's best player, Messi, and from France's best player, and a guy who's clearly the best player in the world right now, Kylian Mbappe. And you talk about a game that went viral, 2-0 Argentina, it's a wrap. Then Mbappe scores a goal that, can we show the Mbappe goal? This is as pretty a goal where he takes the ball out of the air with, I think it's a right-footed volley, bang.
Oh, beauty.
Like, if you like soccer, you appreciate what this guy does right here. Yeah, that's just awesome. 23 years old. It's not debatable. Here's his penalty kick. Tied at 2. So it went from 2-0, 2-1, 2-2. And then Messi puts Argentina up. Can we show that goal? 3-2 on a rebound in which a France defender actually kicked the ball out of the net. But you'll see right here, Messi goal, clearly over the line. And we thought Argentina won it there. But then another penalty in the box, and Mbappe gets another goal, a hat trick in the loss. But Argentina wins the World Cup, and Messi finally gets the trophy that has eluded him for his entire career. So congratulations to Argentina and everybody that was rooting for Argentina to win. Like you, Kobe.
I was rooting for Argentina to win.
There's a side story real quick. Drake, the rapper, put $1 million on Argentina to win. He lost $1 million because when you wager on soccer, you're making a wager on the outcome during regulation. And because Argentina didn't win in regulation, Drake lost $1 million. And he can afford it.
Yeah.
So
Did you
let's talk about the Bengals. They're really good.
I just didn't know that Drake being in pain made me so happy.
Coming up, last night's game put the Giants essentially into the postseason. We'll walk you through what happened and why the refs played a major role in their win against Washington here on FS1.
I've always wanted to do that.
Next round on me.
Are we still on for 3?
I'm on phone.
When your team needs more space to work and eat.
Carl, is that mackerel?
No, it's trout.
It matters where you stay.
Fish tacos?
Carl.
Hilton for the stay.
If you watch football on TV, you need Fubo TV. The most college football you can get without cable. Stream up to 4 games at once with Multiview. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Create an amazing website with Fiverr. You'll need your web developer, UX writer, and Amy, a Fiverr freelance graphic designer with dozens of 5-star reviews who will join your team from her favorite coffee shop. Don't forget to tip. Expand your team with a Fiverr freelancer.
The new Grand Wagoneer with panoramic sunroof, available Macintosh reference entertainment system, passenger display, and massaging Palermo leather-trimmed front seats. It even has one more thing. A captain's chair.
Get 3.9% financing plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2022 Wagoneer Series 2 and Series 3. Search new inventory and locate a dealer near you at Wagoneer.com.
When the details take precedence, the rest falls perfectly into place. We strip away everything but the essential. And what we're left with are thoughtful bedrooms for modern living. Thuma.
I don't get paid until next week.
I
I got you. I'm Dave, and I can spot you up to $500 of your future money instantly.
Up to $500 instantly? What else is in my future?
A new couch. Only!
Get up to $500 instantly with Dave.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of purchase, you can refinance with exclusive savings with Rate Drop Advantage. Don't miss these big savings. Visit inflationbuster.com.
I've always wanted to do that.
Next round on me.
If you should die, that is nature's way of saying you've failed.
I want to be broken. I want to be tested.
Just facing all of my worst fears here.
I don't care how rich or famous they are, they will play by our rules.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test premieres January 4th on Fox.
For every holiday, for everyone. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
How do I do it all? With a little help. And to support my family's immune health, I choose Airborne. Unlike some others, Airborne gives you vitamin C and so much more. It's an 8-in-1 immune support formula. Airborne, do more.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season now on furniture and mattresses, like the Radley Shays Sectional, $19.99. And game table sets starting at $5.99. Plus, get up to 50% off select mattress closeouts, now at Macy's.
Hi, I'm Jeff from Nuts.com. When my grandfather started this business, he relied on freshness, quality, variety, and service. We still deliver the freshest nuts, dried fruits, snacks, and sweets to families all around the country. Nuts.com. Enjoy free shipping on your first order.
All right. We do have little issues behind the scenes here on the show.
No,
Nick, I apologize to you for my partner's behavior. You all right? You deserve better.
No. I know where I stand. I know where I stand.
And your hero week, I think, or a couple days this week? No.
Wow, that's a quick no. Wow. All right.
What? Now you got somebody else to be mad at.
I'm in the clear now.
You know what? Maybe I'll just leave now.
On your way out, could you just give us another high pitch? The Bengals are really good.
Not bad. Really good. Pretty good.
All right. Last night we had Giants and Commanders. It essentially amounted to a playoff game, for real. Because now, the Giants are, I have a 90% chance of getting it. Bottom line is this: now that the Giants won last night, if they win any one of their last 3 games without any help from anybody else, the New York Giants are playing playoff football. And oh, by the way, they play the Colts in 2 weeks. They're playing playoff football. Last night, though, in a rematch of a tie from 2 weeks ago, which is why this game got flexed, because it's such significant playoff possibilities riding on the outcome. It was the Giants +1 referee against the Washington Commandos last night. Let me start you off with, I guess I'll go here. That's Terry McLaurin at the top of your screen. This is 3rd and goal, down 8, time running out. McLaurin looks to the referee, as wide receivers are taught to do, to make sure that he is in a good spot on the line of scrimmage. And despite the ref saying, "You're good," and they give him the thumbs up, the referee, as soon as the Washington snaps the ball, look, his right hand's on it. He's like, "Make one move, I'll tase you." And whoop, he throws the flag, whoop. Despite the fact that McLaurin said, "Am I good?" and the ref said, "You're good." He lied to him. Oh, well. So the problem with that from a Washington standpoint is that that's a touchdown.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they get within 2. That gets called back. Okay, fine. That sucks if you're a Washington fan. What happens next sucks even more. 4th down now. Chance to, again, score the touchdown. That's going to leave you 2 points shy, 2-point conversion pending. Heineke into the end zone. Curtis Samuel. Darnay Holmes is literally mounting him.
Yeah, they're snuggling.
All right. I mean, he is up on him
Big spoon.
like they're in the club. All right? I've been to those clubs. That's what it's like. Yes. It's the slow grind. Yeah. And I mean, that's what it is in the champagne room.
The leg movement, though, that was what concerned me. That's what we're doing in the club? Like, that's what you're doing? You got the leg going?
It's the champagne room, Nick.
Okay.
All right.
Enough.
I'll tell you off the air.
I can't wait. Either way, we got Little Spoon, Big
I mean,
Spoon.
look, he's got his right leg around his leg, kind of like, you know, he's like, what's up, baby?
Oh, lovely.
Oh, you're pre-med?
Actually, I'll just lean into it. I'm not scared.
You asked me if he was pre-med?
I mean, that's what a lot of them used to say.
Yeah, back in the day.
I'm just making money from med school. Yeah, okay, sure. So,
nursing school.
Hold on, show that play one more time.
He's going to be a veterinarian.
If you can, because no call. No call. So now, for those of you that didn't watch the game 2 weeks ago, you might say, well, that sucks. Washington really got screwed. A, on the McLaurin call, which takes away a touchdown, and then B, on this, that should be pass interference, 1st and goal from the 1. Here's why you can't bitch about it, especially if you're a Washington fan. 2 weeks ago, Giants are driving, tie game 2020, and the referee screwed the Giants. They misspotted the ball on a James catch, and as you remember a couple weeks ago, if you don't remember, I'll tell you, offsides on the final play of the game prior to the field goal attempt, and the refs didn't call it. So the Giants got screwed 2 weeks ago, resulted in a tie. Washington got screwed last night, resulted in a loss. That's the way the cookie crumbles. The Giants are now a playoff team.
Are they?
Well, they're going to get into the playoffs.
I mean, mathematically, but are they, they're a one and done, aren't
No, probably a one and done. They're not a very good team talent-wise, which means you give even more respect to what Brian Daboll's done and the great job that Daniel Jones has done. I think he's ended any doubt as to whether or not he's a legitimate starting quarterback in the NFL, and they sit number 6. And when you take stock of the fact that they're 8-5-1, take Washington out of the mix, they're irrelevant. You got to go to Seattle, and you got to go to Detroit. Now, those teams right now are 2 games back. So with 3 games to go, as long as the Giants win 1 out of their last 3, they are in the playoffs, which says a lot considering preseason they were viewed as like a 3-win team. Brian Daboll's done a great job. He's my vote for Coach of the Year. Now, here's their schedule. Minnesota has already shown you that they have an Achilles heel, right? Their offense disappears for stretches at a time, and defensively, they are not a very good football team right now. Now, you have Indianapolis after that. The Colts are a clown show. And then you end with the game that's going to mean absolutely nothing to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Giants are getting into the playoffs. That's a wrap. Put that away.
Put it away. I'll give you that. But Daniel Jones is a quarterback?
Say again?
Daniel Jones?
He will be.
I think Daniel Jones is a legitimate starting quarterback in the NFL.
Really?
And if I'm the Giants, I sign him to a 3 or 4 year extension, even though we're getting way ahead of ourselves. But that kid leading the Giants to 8 wins with 3 games to go, with no legitimate talent that you guys have ever heard of, at some point, someone's got to acknowledge that under the tutelage of Brian Daboll, that kid's become a very good, competent quarterback.
21 of 32, 160 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 77.6 rating. That's your competent quarterback that you want to sign for 4 years?
Yes. Yes, yes it is. I'm a Jet fan. Yes, yes it is. Yes it is, sir. Yes it is.
That's all said the world now.
Hey, as long as you're good with it, I'm fine.
Man.
It works for me.
The other highlight of that game last night, I just want to show it to you because it's a great play, is the Kayvon Thibodeau strip sack, fumble. This gets the Giants on the board last night. He said during the week leading up to the game, when someone said, "Are you ready for prime time?" He goes, "Prime time is ready for me."
Yeah.
And there's the strip sack, gets up, picks up the ball himself in the end zone, somersault to boot, and that got the Giants on the board last night. And that kid is now starting to make a difference for the Giants defense.
So he got more touchdowns than Daniel Jones.
Wow. Wow.
Why don't you like Daniel Jones?
I don't like the Giants.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why are we still harping on the Patriots? Because we don't like the Patriots. Done.
I should have figured it out. Did you once try to become a Giant?
No.
Never.
No.
You never once picked up the phone and said, see if the Giants need a center.
No. Excuse me, Mr. Mara, can you get me in? Nope.
Listen, I understand your hatred for the Patriots, but if they called you your last year and said, hey, come throw it on, would you come out there?
To the Patriots?
Yeah.
No.
No.
He wouldn't have done it.
He would not.
No.
He would not have.
And I wouldn't go to the Giants.
No, okay.
Two teams just
So you would never have gone to the Giants nor the Patriots, even if given an opportunity end of your career.
Nope.
I respect that.
Never.
Yeah. It's funny because I was rewatching the AFC Championship game in 2011 with my son the other day, and on that first and goal drive, you got hurt. And I was like, I didn't realize he came off the field. Key part of the game. Were you okay?
I made it through.
Did you make it through? You
No.
came off for one down.
I know.
And I'm saying to myself, that's my guy. Game on the line, there's men, and then there's guys that can't play through pain. And I'm like, my guy's laying face down flat on the dirt, and I had to turn it off. I didn't even know you came back in the game.
That hurts.
We
were saying we didn't offend enough people on this show. I think we have now found the line that I don't like crossing.
I'm sorry you got hurt. I did.
No. Oh, God.
And to be honest, I totally forgot. And I'm just watching innocently.
This is going to be a great show when you're not here after the break. This is now my show.
Let me get off that so I don't get hurt. The game of the week. The Bengals are good.
Yeah, the Bengals are great.
Not bad. Pretty good. The game of the week. Let's be honest. It's not a game of the week. It's the play of the year. And we'll show you see a million times today because it never, ever, ever gets old. A tie game, Patriots and Raiders, 3 seconds left. Patriots get a win. They stay very much alive for the playoffs, considering the fact that the Chargers won. Patriots had to win this game. 3 seconds left. Ball right around midfield. And then one of the greatest plays to ever happened. I think we have it with sound, yeah? Arm guy Kenny Albert on Fox. When you see it, you're not going to believe it, but you got to see it.
Doc Hollins out on defense. He's all the way back. Stevenson is inside the 30, flips it back. Stanford band nowhere in sight. Uh-oh. It's picked off. Oh, no. Unbelievable. Oh, wow. Incredible. Chandler Jones takes it in and wins the game for the Raiders.
Oh my God! It never gets old. Now, one note to Kenny: we got to stop referencing the Stanford band. It was 35 years ago when that happened. But I love Kenny; does a great job, obviously. All right, so that's the Fox call of the greatest play in the last 10 years in the NFL. That video goes right to Canton, Ohio, and it should be the welcome video that all football fans see as they walk into Canton, Ohio. This is the Raider call of the very same play. Go.
Broader Ramondre Stevenson breaks out of a tackle at the 50, has the 45, breaks away from another tackle, pitches it backwards, and now Jacoby Myers spinning around. He throws it to Chandler Jones in midfield, and a stiff arm. Chandler Jones racing towards the end zone. He scores! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I can't believe what I just saw. Again! I can't believe what I just saw. This is unbelievable. Wow! On the first night of Hanukkah, it's a miracle in Las Vegas.
The miracle of lights. Love it.
All right, so that's the good side, obviously. Well, there's got to be a bad side, and that is, I think it's the Sports Hub, I believe, in Boston with the Patriots call. And now, I'll just mind you that we got this audio from somebody's car. So it's not going to be as crisp as the audio you just heard, but you love the end of it. So one more time, the greatest play of the year in the NFL.
Stevenson, he started to run. He runs it up the middle, hit by Chandler. Jones slips and hit across the 45 with a stiff arm. Off the tackle at the 40. He lost the football. And Jacoby Myers picks it up. He circles back and he throws it across the field. Oh my God. It's picked up by Chandler Jones. He breaks away to the 30. He runs to the 20.
dumbest teams I've ever seen.
This might be one of the dumbest teams I've ever seen. The rest of America loves it. And the Raiders play the role of spoiler. So one more time, AFC playoff picture real quick, guys, as the New England Patriots are now really got a lot of work to do, and their schedule is not going to be easy to overcome. They sit there in 8. The Jets actually have a better shot at getting in than New England does, just based on the strength of schedule over the last 3 weeks. And look out for the Jaguars. They're not going to get in as a wild card, but if Tennessee, who's sitting at 7-7 and is only a game better right now than Jacksonville, yeah, give me the Tennessee schedule first. Or you have Jacksonville, that's fine. Jacksonville's schedule, the Jets, winnable game. Texans, winnable game. There's a decent chance that if the Titans continue to play bad football and the Jaguars are legitimately this star on the rise, that Week 18 is a win and get in, and oh, by the way, host a playoff game.
Wow.
Think about that. Think about the prospects of the Jacksonville Jaguars hosting a playoff game Week 1 of the playoffs. That's on the table.
It's scary. That's what.
Right.
Like, that's just, and I know the NFL has their rules and the way that they do playoffs and everything, but we shouldn't be doing this.
This is like a downside to an extended playoff.
No, this is why the NFL is so great.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, 100%. I love this. Listen, you win a division, you host a playoff game, you can have all the purists out there yell and scream about it. Too bad. If the Jacksonville Jaguars win that win the division, they will have played as good a football as anybody in the league over the last 8 weeks. You win a division, you get a home playoff game. I think it'd be great. And I think it's great for the NFL because as a Jet fan, as a Texans fan, as a Raider fan, it means there's hope. It means next year I could be that year's Jacksonville Jaguars, right?
You're not wrong.
So why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
I guess. I don't know. It feels dirty.
Does it, though? I mean, he just made a great point about the Raiders, because considering the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs have won the division 7 years in a row, it's like, as a fan, it's my only chance to experience playoff football.
It's only Monday, Nick. It's only Monday.
The Raiders.
What?
You didn't win that game.
They did win that game. They had more points than the other team. Thus
No,
they
New
won
England
the game.
lost the game. You didn't win.
Spectacular fashion.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I loved it. But
I'm going to stop the family fighting for a moment because we still have the Bengal-Buck game to get to and another Dallas Cowboy meltdown. It's all coming up right after this on FS1. They're good.
Not bad.
Pacifico is brewed for those who follow their own path. That's living life anchors up.
Hey, we got soul. Oh yeah, we got soul.
With the most 5-star cruise reviews on TripAdvisor, your gorgeous vacation at sea awaits.
You deserve a better credit score.
Whoa.
Chime can help no matter where you're at.
Whoa.
Because with everyday purchases and on-time payments, things can happen a lot easier.
Whoa.
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 Whoa. Oh, you deserve some credit.
Whoa.
Get started at Chime.com.
Develop a gorgeous app with Fiverr. You'll need your product manager, QA engineer, and Omar, a Fiverr freelance product designer with an impressive number of orders who will join your team from home. Smart and cozy. Expand your team with a Fiverr freelancer.
Are you sure you're not overpaying for car insurance? Jerry instantly shows you which carriers can help you save the most. They'll cancel your current policy and get you the best coverage at a lower price. See the savings in 45 seconds at getjerry.com.
This is a Floyd bed frame. This is also a Floyd bed frame. And here it is again. Timeless design, made from enduring materials that are simple to assemble, move, and it's
sturdy!
adaptable to your needs. The Floyd bed frame is perfectly designed for how you live today and in the future. See our entire family of furniture at floydhome.com.
Christmas Day on Fox. The Big East shows out with a big holiday throwdown. DePaul. Oh my goodness! Creighton.
How big time is he?
Christmas Day at 4:30 Eastern on Fox.
Bo Nix leads an electric Ducks offense.
Wow! It's caught!
Against Drake May and the Tar Heels.
Look at this!
Oregon, North Carolina, the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl, December 28th on Fox.
Over the years, you pay your insurance. But the minute you're in a car wreck, the insurance companies treat you like a crook.
Don't be bullied by the insurance companies. Get Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe are the lawyers for you. Call 222-2222.
Menards has everything you need to light your home. Sylvania's True Wave Natural Light LED bulbs provide the closest light spectrum to natural sunlight. This helps you to see better by offering an enhanced color experience, which shows colors, whites, and skin tones with exceptional contrast. Save big money this holiday season and get a $10 rebate with a $40 purchase of Sylvania True Wave LED bulbs now at Menards. Plus, give the perfect gift with a Menards gift card.
When you're hurt in a car wreck, this is what the insurance companies want to pay you.
This is what we want to get you.
Call Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys today.
Lerner and Rowe are the lawyers for you. Call 222-2222.
Now handling hair straightener uterine cancer case.
Sirius XM is your audio home for all your favorite FS1 shows.
Who am I other than America's media icon?
You must be crazy.
Yes! Yes!
We can be good, we can't be great, and I'm in the being great business.
I'm going to throw a wrench in everything. Fox Sports is available on Sirius XM Channel 83 in your car and on the SXM app.
Hey, I want to play a very quick game with you guys, all right? With the proliferation of legalized wagering, which I'm down with, despite the fact that I don't wager anymore, because I can't. When you see a play like last night, just top of my head, Giants, Washington, where Terry McLaurin, top of your screen, wide receiver says to the ref, am I good? The ref says yes. And then the ref throws a flag that takes away Robinson touchdown and obviously alters the course of last night's game. If you had to guess, how quickly today will somebody suggest this poses a problem? In conjunction with what happened with Tim Donaghy in the NBA a few years back, how quickly will somebody now try to connect the dots to officials making calls that impact the end of games from a gambling standpoint?
I'm sure they were already doing it. They probably started doing it the moment the flag hit the ground.
Because, like, as much as I'm glad the Giants won, and I think it evened out from the game 2 weeks ago, if you're a casual observer or you're a guy that's more than a casual observer and you got money on the game and you see the wide receiver ask the ref, am I good? And the ref says, move up a little bit. And he does. And he goes, am I good? Thumbs up. And the ref nods his head, you're good. And then he throws the flag anyway. Now, I'm not suggesting, I want to be very clear, that this ref, I'm not suggesting anything untoward happened. I'm suggesting it's going to be a conversation.
Yeah.
It has to be, right?
Well, I think at some point we got to get to full-time officials where you can criticize the officials.
Sure.
So you listen to both press conferences after the game, both people are like, I don't want to get fined.
Right, because you're going to write a check.
So, like, how can you have the officiating body that you can't question? And then be like, all right, yeah, everything's on the NFL.
Because here's what's going to happen. Tomorrow, the NFL is going to announce our referee in the Washington Giant game got the call wrong. We're sorry. Okay. Yeah. Give me the 6 points back. Right? So I'm just putting it out there because I know it's going to be a conversation, and you guys can discuss at home when we're off the air. Yesterday afternoon, though, boy, at halftime, I thought Tampa Bay and the Buccaneers had Cincinnati's number. And I'll be honest, I was writing down tweets, and I was coming up with, Cincinnati this,
you had your receipts.
Cincinnati that, receipts galore. And then the second half happened.
Skyline.
And
Talk about
yes,
Skyline.
and like, I was going to bathe in Skyline chili. I was going to
You'd be so lucky, sir.
I would, right?
Yes.
You could jump in the tub with me.
Fill it in the bathtub.
I was going to have a hooday suck, the whole thing, right? Yeah. And then, damn it, that second half had to be played. And that was as dominating a second half as you've seen, I mean, all year in the NFL. 4 turnovers, 5 possessions. They're down 14 at halftime. They win by double digits. And I don't know how that happens. I'm sure you've experienced it on both sides. But it was funny watching the game. And the announcers were like, you know, it's important that they get those 3 points before halftime. You know, like it made a difference, 17-3 versus 17-0. They get the field goal, right? After a short little dump-off pass, you know, doesn't get out of bounds. And then they came out in the second half, and it was like 2 totally different teams. And I'm trying to figure out how the heck that happens.
Momentum's a big thing. Like getting those points going into halftime kind of puts you like, hey, listen, we can do this. This is something we can, you know, get this victory. And I think it was good to see. I mean, I know Cincinnati is not above Kansas City and not above Buffalo.
They're the third best team, but talent-wise, they might be as good. I'm not knocking them.
Joe Burrow's good.
And by the way, they're knocking on the door. They have not been eliminated from the #1 overall seed just yet. I don't think they're going to get it, but they're certainly knocking on the door of it right now. And when you watch that game, it's like, all right, it's 17-3. I think we all have the same feeling. I'll speak for myself on it, but I think I speak for everyone where you kind of want Tampa to break out of it because you want to see Tom Brady go on this magical kind of run because he's the greatest of all time. You don't want him to end you know, with 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles, whatever it is. And I felt that way at halftime. I was like, watch, Tampa Bay's real now, right? They figured it out, whatever their problems were. And then that second half, boy, and Tom Brady took ownership of it. 2 fumbles on him. 1 of the 2 interceptions on him. 1 was just a hit. He had not, you know, couldn't do anything about it. And every single opportunity Cincinnati had, even on the fake punt that Tampa ran early in the second half, which was wide open on 4th and 1 or 2, and the snap hits the dude in the head like he didn't even know the ball was coming. The Bengals took advantage of every opportunity Tampa gave him, and that is a sign of a good team.
That is, and I feel for Tom a little bit here because, like, with everything that's happened this year, did you really sign up to come back to do this? Like, Tampa Bay, yes, they did win a Super Bowl, but now they look like they're in shambles.
I agree. That's why he's going to Miami next year.
Miami?
Yes. Tom Brady's going to be a Miami Dolphins next year.
Yeah.
No, not with Tua. I mean, instead of Tua. Yeah.
So they're going to get rid of Tua.
No, Tua will be his backup. He'll learn from the master, just like Bruce Leroy, and that's how it's going to go. More on that later, okay?
Yes. Great reference.
Thank you very much. All right. Dallas Cowboys. Listen. Woo! I mean, it's one thing to struggle against the Texans. Kansas City did yesterday, and come away with the W. And we were all taught, well, we learned a lot about Dallas. We learned that in crunch time, in close games, the Dallas defense can stand up, goal line stand. Oh, we learned that when you need a big score, the Cowboys can go 98 yards. Last night, yesterday afternoon, this is a tragic loss for the Dallas Cowboys. And it makes every Cowboy fan out there have to start questioning for the umpteenth year in a row, is this the way it's going to go again? We're going to have a really good regular season, going to score a bunch of points, we're going to falter late, and we're going to be one and done come playoff time, because that's exactly where it's going.
It seems like where it's heading. I want this year to be different for Dallas, just to make you mad.
By the way, I wouldn't be mad about that. I would not upset me at all. I am not a Dallas Cowboy hater. No, I'm not.
Oh, no way.
I'm not.
But you enjoy when they lose.
I get great joy out of their losses, of course. But I'm not a Dallas Cowboy hater.
No.
That's the difference. Like, I don't root for them to lose, but I like it when they lose.
Yeah, I get that.
Is that, you understand the difference
I
there?
completely understand.
No, you don't get that at
I
all?
do so.
I'm just a big fan of Jerry Jones. I don't know. What else can I tell you? But here's the reality. Dallas is going to Tampa, week 1 of the playoffs, and if they can beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they will have achieved something they have not achieved a lot of in the last 25 years, and that's winning a single playoff game, because they have won. a single win, and that's all they got, which is why if you're a Cowboy fan, you got to be shaking right now. You got to be shaking.
So you say that with too big of a smile. Not to be
because
it's funny.
We do have a game tonight. Nobody really cares about it unless you're wagering on it, of course. If you're going to wager tonight, make sure you have a plan. Stick to your plan. If you lost a lot of money yesterday or any money yesterday, do not chase your losses by throwing a pick out the window tonight just because, which brings me to Cody Decker. How did you and the crew do on Sunday?
Why, the crew went 1-2 on the weekend, taking the overall to 19-30.
That was you and the crew.
The crew went 1-2 on the weekend.
He said you and the crew.
You and the crew.
Yes.
By the way, I gave you Chicago all week. Did you guys have Chicago?
No, we took the Vikings. Yes. Okay, anyways.
You can lead the horse to water. You can't make it bigger.
Listen, the picks have been made. What would you pick on tonight?
Vikings.
We did. Anyways, I think it's very important that you should know, and you should be happy about this. We're taking your Baker Mayfield Rams at +7 points.
That's a loss. Sorry, that's a loss. Just play it out. Why would the Green Bay Packers be favored by a touchdown? Does that make any sense to anybody?
I would like to point out this is Troy's pick.
Troy's taking ownership of that pick? He's in grade school.
It's too low of a total. I like the pick.
We got to go. We'll see you tomorrow. Obviously, Rams, Packers, and all the other stuff. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy. Let's go face to face. I embrace debate. I don't make mistakes. I just make my case. Drop mic when I'm done. One more can I say? Not bite to my tongue. I don't like the taste. I'm on and I'm on and I own my opponent. I'm always in the zone. Need a zone, out of zone, and then we can get it poppin'. Pick the topic if you want to skip and shine and skip and hop and took these sports and made them box it. All right, undisputed.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Hope y'all had fabulous weekends. Welcome into Undisputed and a jam-packed show.